Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tides of Death, and by which I mean the Lazarus expedition. Jamie, you got me.
Incepted him.
How is everyone doing today?
Doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Finally,
Oh shit!
Excellent.
I had like a 2 week. You know, you have those periods where you like, okay, you don't do
yeah.
it for one day, and then you suddenly the one day becomes like 2 weeks. But it worked out
2
again
weeks.
today.
2 years.
Back on a streak.
Nice. I've been playing Zelda, which none of you have.
Nope.
Wait, I've been playing that.
Oh, you have? Jade.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Isn't it so good? Oh shit, it's been great.
It's such I haven't played an open world game in so long, and it's so good.
All I've been seeing from it online is it just seems like an engineering game.
Yeah, I want to play it offline. I feel like my chat would ruin it for me. They just bitch and moan.
I think that people are posting all the engineering stuff, but behind all there's just like a great system like that on top of what's already just a fantastic game. I just really respect Nintendo. You know, like games have had construction elements in them for years, but they only put it in Zelda when it's fucking slick.
Yep.
It works really, really well.
Does it finally have more than like 4 enemies like it did in Breath of the Wild?
No.
Is it still just like 4 enemies?
Although,
Enemies.
wait, I ran into the best enemy, which is new. So you know those like I think they're called taluses, Jamie. They're like giant rock monsters that like come up from the ground and start moving around.
Oh yeah, from Breath of the Wild, yeah.
Yeah. So I saw like a camp of little pig guys. So I went up to go and kill them, and as I got close to them, a fucking talus rose up, and they had their little camp like on its back, and they were like shooting arrows off me as the big monster was chasing me, and I used the ascension power to like jump up onto the top of that platform and like kill them on the top and then dive off before like without having to fight the talus.
It's like some Shadow of the Colossus shit.
Yeah, it was sick as fuck. Great game.
That was really sick. My favorite moment is I was playing around with like the sticky ability where you like stick things to things. I accidentally stuck a minecart to my shield, and then I just went grinding rails. It was like basically.
Oh, sick!
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was like, okay, this game is. It's like if they took open world games, like where you resource gather and you explore, and then just made them good. Because so many open world games is like run up to bush and press E. But this is actually just so good. It's so many elements.
Absolutely.
Very cool, guys.
People slugging off Nintendo in the chat.
I'm trying not
playing
to...
your fucking PlayStation losers.
They
try
play
not to
fucking
spoil the game
Dungeons
too
and
much.
Dragons, dude. They don't have these fancy consoles.
Oh shit! We should do a campaign set in Hyrule.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll be good. But who would DM? Because I don't think Neil's ever played a Zelda game.
I played
I'll DM.
the Zelda game, okay? The Legend of Zelda and A Link to the Past, thank you, on my NES.
I was like, does he mean Ocarina of Time? But no, Neil, he probably actually means the one on the NES.
I mean, when you had to blow in the cartridge to make it work.
Back in my day.
That would also
When
work.
the
for
coaxial
the
cable
N64.
had to be like adjusted.
I was going to say, yeah, to be fair, you had to blow on the N64 as well.
No.
Where were we at in the last episode? Anyone got a recap for us? Nick, maybe?
Yes.
No.
Well,
let's make it interesting.
Oh.
John,
Okay.
you have a recap?
Oh,
Yeah, so we were on our way to a city. But on the way we found a bandit camp. And we were like, this is some bullshit. What are these bandits doing here? And we were like, we're going to go and stop these bandits. And we did. We went in, we fought them all, we killed them, and we became heroes.
we killed the Bandit King. I don't actually think we were supposed to win this encounter, but we did.
I feel like that was a Roy recap rather than a Peachal recap.
That's right.
I think it was pretty good.
It was in character.
That's more extra.
Highlight of the episode. I think this was our first combat where nobody got downed in the party.
True. Yeah.
That's not true. Come on, we've had combats where no one's gone down. First major one, maybe. First major one.
First episode where nobody got downed.
Yeah, that might be true. Yeah.
That's probably true.
Right. Well, here we are in this Podunk, nothing, backwater desert village. Bandits are all
Wait.
slain.
Before you get ahead of yourself, should we go through everyone's level ups?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, so I took I took +2 wisdom and the cantrip guidance.
I took +2 intelligence, took the cantrip light, and I learned the spells Long Strider and Levitate.
I did the best level up out of everyone. The entire party. I took the Great Weapon Master feat,
Ooh.
and now I'm gonna just slaughter through.
What does that let you do, mate?
It allows me to add 10 to my damage on a hit, but I have to take away 5 to the hit. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And
okay,
also,
cool.
if I slay someone or if I get a critical, I can then take another attack action as a bonus action.
Oh, sick.
I took +2 charisma because I want to talk good.
Nice.
Good.
I was really struggling with that decision, and then MrMouton asked me
I figured it out.
to boil it down. Like, do you want to be stronger, or do you want to be more charismatic? And that really, like, sometimes someone just needs to reframe an issue for you.
No.
That's it. That's what I do.
Moo, is your token okay?
Oh yeah, I got a new I got a new token. We paid for it, so I'm gonna use it.
It kind of looks like if Randy Marsh had the sword from
little
Final
bit, yeah.
Fantasy VIII.
I feel like the hairline is accurate, so.
A little bit, yeah. So you know what? It got the sword, or yeah, the sword's right, but it's okay.
It's pretty good. He's just at the wrong angle.
We're waiting on AO to get back to making tokens, and then we can use them.
Fair,
Sure.
fair.
You should ride the pig horse. Then you'd look really weird.
Wasn't that a donkey? Oh, it's a pig.
It's a pig horse.
Mule, thank you very much.
That's a mule?
I do
It's
want to
a
point
mule.
out if you
Look at that! It looks amazing.
Okay, this character actually does look good on a horse.
It's perfect for the horse.
Yeah, it's perfect for the
This looks
horse.
so good.
That's
Alright, so-
amazing.
Well,
Okay.
I was gonna,
go ahead. Good.
I was just gonna say, if you move your token, there's like a little bit of brown at the top of the horse's head, and it looks like a cock.
Okay, thank
I'm
you.
It's
sorry.
Maine.
Yeah, it just
But
like
it's
if you
made.
zoom out, it looks a little bit like it's got a dick on its head. I'm sorry, continue.
It kind of does, but okay, let's continue.
All right. So our party is going to get some liquor. As you
Oh
freely,
yeah.
as you're talking to me, and they have already expressed their deep gratitude to you for all the wonderful things you've done. They will help you round up the camels, the 2 camels of the bandit leaders, plus the 2 extra that they had brought. 11 scimitars, 10 bows, 10 quivers, 100 arrows, and 21 daggers from the fallen. All gathered.
Sorry,
up
can you
for
go through that one more, or do you have a?
I've got it written down.
spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh.
They also gather up, or you can gather up from the pockets of the dead, 194 silver and 54 gold. Someone should put that on their sheet right now, though. Who wants?
I'll grab the gold.
Add
194 silver.
194 silver, 54 gold.
Got it.
Additionally, over the next week, as you rest in town, Dorovar, the old woman of this town who lost 17 children that fateful day, will bring to you what the town is offering you as a reward. It is 1 pound of incense, 1 pound of spices, 8 fine blankets, 2 brass tripods, which are like 3-legged cauldron holder things, which would work for Find the Familiar spell, and 4 healing potions. They give you these things as gifts.
Nice. Damn.
Really
nice. Let's
That's
take a
nice.
healing potion
Yeah.
each. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
All right.
Are these? Do I feel like these are 2d4 healing potions, or do I feel like these are 3d8 plus 3?
You feel
What's
like they're
that?
2d4 plus 2
Okay.
healing potions.
And the healing potions are 1 pound?
Yeah, but if you go to the little I in the compendium and roll
I hate
20,
using that.
well then don't use it. But
Yeah,
you
I'm
can
just
just
gonna
type
save that.
healing potion and drag and drop it to your character sheet, and it fills out all the shit. Fine.
That is nice.
Healing potion.
I'm old school, Neil. I like to, type it
No
out.
results found.
Yeah.
Well,
It's called Potion of Healing.
Uh-huh.
oh,
Are we taking one each?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one.
Right.
Does someone need to put the incense and stuff on their character sheet?
Well, we're gonna need a cart, aren't we? Again.
have a cart.
So
No,
no,
we
didn't
don't
get
have a
destroyed
cart.
by the Hydra?
We have a donkey, don't we?
But didn't
We
you
have a
get
donkey.
Oh, but you couldn't get a cart at the last place.
We
They'll
can put
give
it in
you
the
a cart.
donkey, though. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
they'll give us a
perfect.
cart.
They'll
Sick.
give you a
All
cart.
right.
Brilliant.
The brass tripods are heavy. They weigh like 10 pounds each. The fine blankets are 3 pounds each, and there's 8 of them. So there's a lot of weight here. You know, the scimitars, of which there's 11, are a couple pounds each. You know, it adds up.
Can you give us a cart character sheet?
Character sheet.
Yeah.
Kind of like Tombs of Scoria.
So our job needs to now be to get this cart to a town where we can sell all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And the other thing is, how many of the bandit camels are we getting?
4.
Oh,
Oh shit! Wait, have we all got our own camel?
All got our own camel.
Fuck yeah!
well, maybe one of these camels are Plaxes.
Yeah, well, one's for Plax, I think.
One's for Plax, yeah. That's true. We have 4 camels, 4 of us. You got.
Well, you've got the pig horse, right? So
Yeah, I'll take the. No, I'm gonna take the camel.
Okay, I have added a cart to your group inventory.
Thank you. So, we're probably just gonna sell the stuff anyways, so I don't think we need to keep
Nope.
account for it.
Yeah, don't bother writing it down because you're probably just going to sell
Okay.
it when you get to the next town. But
Some
you'll
of
rest.
it might be useful.
Write down what you want. Want to keep?
what else? Yeah, was there some what was it? Scimitars? Any armor?
No armor. Too hot for
Not
armor.
even studded leather.
Too hot for armor.
No,
Any-
no shields.
No shields.
Maybe some ranged weapon for you, Moot? Might be quite
My
good.
nickname in high school, too hot for armor.
Is there a bow?
There are short bows, quivers, and arrows.
Can I grab one of those?
Totally.
Can I
you
use one
need-
of those without a skill? Like, do I need a weapon?
You
No,
are
you're a
a
fighter.
so you can use
Yeah.
any weapon you want.
Okay, I'll handle all of that. I'm gonna take 100 arrows, unless that's crazy.
Are
short
bows
fit
a
in your
simple weapon?
quiver, and then you can keep 20 somewhere else if you want, but like in your
Okay.
backpack is just going to get broken. So 20 arrows at a time is your jam. If you have
Arrows.
a cart or if you're like riding a pack animal, you could pack extra in there, but like on your character at one time, only
How many can I throw in a cart?
cart as many as you want. You got
How many
80
do we got?
extras in addition
Okay,
to the
80, thank
20 in your quiver.
Hmm.
Are paladins also proficient with short bows?
I believe so.
Right, I'll take a short bow as well.
Is Neil a bit quieter today than usual?
He's fine.
Maybe. How's that?
Oh, wow.
There
Now
you
you're
go,
talking to
quite
my
well.
soul.
There, big guy.
All right, there we go.
Yeah,
Yeah, nice.
Just a quiver. Got it. And then I need a short bow.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Paladin, all armor, simple weapons, martial weapons. Yeah, you can use whatever bow you want, Paladin.
Perfect. I think I might be encumbered, so I need to like fiddle around with my character sheet or something.
Well,
What's the
Volume-
range on a bow, Neil? On a short bow? Sorry.
I think it's 8120 or something like that.
320.
Okay, I'm alright. I can do without.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
while we're talking, while you guys are fiddling with your character sheets and getting your weights and measures quite right, I want to ask Jan, Pokemon Challenges, Roy, what spells did you learn?
Yes. Cantrip Light. First level, a Long Strider, and second level, what was it? Levitate.
Levitate. Yeah.
Cool. And I think that's it. Excellent. So you all spend a week in town, resting, relaxing,
Yes.
being treated, but to the finest of Podunk backwater desert villages, which is their finest as well water, and maybe some wine or beer that they've got lying around. That's about it.
Really quick, how many spells can I prep now at this level?
You should do 4 first and 3 second.
Perfect. Okay.
I regale them of stories from the homeland where there are no slaves, and good King Arnold has gotten rid of all of them.
They are horrified How are they supposed to work their fields if they don't have slaves?
I
Who's supposed to
explained
do
them-
this work?
I explained to them the concept of currency and how they will have to pay people to work their fields.
Many discussions are had.
I ask Plax at some point. Plax, once we've all finished resting up here, where's our next best stop to try and sell all this stuff?
Bellwind.
How
Real
far's
quick?
Bellwind? Oh,
I
sorry.
think we're 3 days out.
Right.
I believe Vika is dead currently, and we need to resummon him, which I believe has a gold price. Is it 15? Am I remembering that right?
10 of
10.
charcoal
But we also need
incense.
to find a... What is it? A brazier?
Yes.
Gold
Well,
brazier.
those brass tripods
Yes.
that they gave you qualify as brass braziers. They're three-legged
Right.
stools with a
Right.
big bowl on top. So you now have 2 that you can carry around with you as much as you want, or you could go sell
got
them
10
because they're
gold.
probably worth like 50 GP each.
I took 10 gold off so you can summon.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm also
Thank
going to
you.
roll a persuasion check to. I want to see how well I was able to convince the people over these 7 days of our ways. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
10.
10. Some people understand the concept of personal freedom and how maybe it's not great to own other people, and they're not necessarily opposed to this concept. You'll note that all of these people do not actually own any slaves, but the slave owning class in this town, regardless of how you may phrase it, seem to still think that it's a good system that we've had for a long time, and it built this, this desert town, and so who are you to say otherwise?
Fine.
Can I make an appeal to the nobles to at least free 1 slave each?
There are no
With a
nobles in
persuasion
this town. This is a podunk backwater village.
Or,
It is-
well, the slave owning class.
oh yes. Okay.
What do you want? Intimidation, charisma?
Well, are you going to try to intimidate them or persuade them?
I'm going to try persuasion. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Normal roll. We're getting like a 17 here. Okay, that's a 14.
14. Of the 4 families in this town that own human beings, one of them hears you and will donate 1 slave to your cause, which
I
you
free
can
the
just
slave.
free immediately.
We free.
Cool.
Boom. Do they want to come with us? Well, I mean, I'll offer them, or do they want to just go and do their own thing?
Well, here's the question: can this person live in this town afterwards? Can you persuade this town to allow this person to transition from owned person in the village to free person in the village? Can you make me a persuasion check of 14 or higher to like grant them some food and a room and space to exist in this town?
Well, Vasha,
There's probably going to be empty houses, right? A few people were killed.
Oh, a lot of
Oh,
people were
that's
killed.
true.
Yeah, there's some empty houses.
that's true.
So it's
Okay.
like you should free some slaves to repopulate the town.
All right. You know what? There are
Free-
empty houses. Why don't you lower that DC on the persuasion check to 12?
You know what? They're probably greedy and they want those houses for themselves. Let's go for a 13 or higher.
Okay. Oh, absolutely.
21.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. The person is given a home and furnishings and enough tools and supplies to get themselves started, and will just sort of take over the job and position of the house that is now empty. Well done.
And I will ask him, do you want to stay here or do you want to leave?
I got land and a house. Fuck, I'm not leaving this place. Are you kidding me?
They're gonna
Hey.
fucking lynch him.
Yeah.
Glad I could help you. Sorry I couldn't help more.
Yeah. Society also has a little bit of a patron-client class going on, and so the freed person will be the client of their former owner, which does afford them certain legal protections and social protections. So they should be fine.
Nice.
Okay, great.
We did it.
We
So at the
improved the quality of life here slightly.
We improved one person's life at least.
One down, 100,000 to go.
slave owners lost a slave, though, wasn't it? So you've hurt one person, helped another.
They can bleed.
Slaves are more productive than, or Non-slaves are more productive.
Oh, he misspoke.
Freudian
way around.
slip.
All right.
Revealing my true opinion.
Yeah, so at the end of the week, I gather all the camels. I spent some time, Neil, with the camels during this week because
What
I'm
are
a
you
little bit scared
doing
by
with
them. I just, pet them like you would a horse, hang out a little bit in the camel stable, talk to someone in town who gave us the
Yeah.
camels, like the camel wrangler.
Yeah.
I just spent
There's
some
no
time with them.
camel wrangler. These are captured camels that you've taken from bandits.
Oh yeah, these are the bandits' camels. Well, I wrangle them though. I spent some time wrangling the camels. My reasoning is that I'm a bit scared by them, and I'm a bit intimidated by having to ride them. So I try and get a bit of practice in during the week.
Yes. You commune with the beasts. Their
I do.
bristly fur, their spitting in anger, their biting temperament, switching tails. Mm.
I do have a 4 in animal handling, and also obviously, I commune with Nadinus, so I understand the way of the animals, and attempt to gain their favor and trust.
Roll me an animal handling check.
23. There you go.
You handle those beasts so well.
I handle them a
You
bit too
pet
well at
them
one point. It's
gently.
embarrassing, if you know what it is. Clean up.
So
Jesus Christ.
you're just there like shoveling their poo away, carefully, making sure they're well fed by your hand. People don't really see much of Steermere this week. Lost communing with one of his many deities.
Yes.
But by the end of it, I think you are comfortable enough around these humped beasts that you can ride them.
Yeah. In fact, I actually learned a trick to be able to make them spit on command and DC 12 blind check on enemies.
Who is the deity of camels? Who would you pray to for
Nadinus, surely.
Nadinus?
She's the goddess of nature, which it's a pretty broad area. I think that covers it. There's not a more specific god that does individual animals, unless you can think of a animal temperament that might match something else.
Probably capricious and chaotic. I feel like they're very
Malchus.
Malchusian.
Yeah, Malchus is the god of camels. It is known. It is known.
It's known.
It's people and camels. That's it.
Can I take some time to research spell?
Yeah. What spell would you like to research?
I thought I would maybe like to research invisibility.
Excellent. Do you have something that is... Oh, you don't need something if you're going to
Yes.
research. All right. So
You need an int check, right?
I'm just going to open up my little handy-dandy notebook here. So to research it, you're going to need an int check of DC 12 plus the spell level. You're going to need 3 days per spell level of research and appropriate conditions, which you can find here. And you'll need access to ink, paper, fire, water, earth, and appropriate test subjects, which it could be yourself or an object in the room for invisibility. It's totally fine. Are there any material components for invisibility?
Oh, I think so. Hold on. It's I just didn't know what
Eyelash
it meant.
and gum of Arabic. Second
What is it?
edition,
What is a gum of Arabic?
Yeah, I don't know. It's some sort of weird.
It's like something from
Sap.
trees, like rubber sap type of thing.
Ooh, I feel like we might not be able to find that, huh?
That's like a common spell component. I feel like
No?
you'd be able to get that. Is that actually what it is in 5th as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a small tree or shrub belonging to the genus Acacia. Acacia? I don't know how to
Okay,
pronounce
yeah,
it.
acacia.
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 Yeah,
Let's
I've
see.
played Minecraft.
Where do acacia trees grow?
They grow in the jungle, sub-Saharan Africa kind of area, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find anything like
Africa,
that here.
Australia, Middle Eastern climates, grasslands
Oh,
of North
okay.
America, South America,
Oh.
everywhere. They grow everywhere.
So yes.
It's a bit like maple syrup, but from a different kind of tree.
Yeah,
It's harder to find though.
I do believe
it?
that there
'Cause
were
it's
a
invisible?
lot
No?
of acacia trees in land that we're sort of basing this region off of. So yeah, you can find some acacia trees and you can pull out an eyelash from yourself. So you have all the things. You need a DC 14 check and 6 days and 50 gold.
All right. Ooh, that's
Roll
pretty
well.
expensive.
I'll take the gold off.
Thank you. And check.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Not an int save. That was an int
Oh,
save,
sorry.
but that's fine. No, we'll just keep it. It's
Ah.
That's how it works, yeah.
Sad.
that's bad. So you can try it again if you would like. It'll take you
For
another
another-
6 days and another,
another
50 gold, but
Yeah,
the
I
DC
feel like-
goes up by 2.
Let's
That would be
maybe-
like a discussion with
We
the
don't have
party.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
How much gold do we have?
I have 15 gold on me now.
Yeah, I think we should probably chill.
Roy, I
My
think
thought
that we need
is,
to keep
uh,
going.
Yeah, let's get to Bellwind, sell this stuff. Chances are we'll be injured by the time we get there anyway. We can rest in Bellwind, and then you can learn your spell there.
All right. I just,
I'm gonna ask before we go, the town leader, the older lady,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna basically ask her if she's heard anything about that stupid guy. He'll explain because he doesn't remember his name. The guy with the tentacles for arms who was recruiting
Oh,
children.
Drackthor Plainbane. Why, of
Yeah.
course. He came by. Lovely fellow. Had him for tea.
Which
You
way did he
had-
go?
Oh, it's been some time now. Must have been 3 weeks ago. Long time
Hmm.
ago.
And
I
did we
can't
kill him?
imagine.
We didn't kill him.
No,
The-
I know,
the-
but when did we fight him?
You fought him like a week or 2 ago. This would be before you encountered him.
Yeah.
Probably came from that right then. Yeah.
Did she really recognize who he's talking about when he spoke about tentacles?
Yeah. Though that was not a joke. She said he was a lovely fellow. She had him for tea. She absolutely remembered him. She seems to have a decent opinion of this person.
And you have no idea where he went? I'll explain. I'll say the region that we were in when we met him. Did he say he was going there, or
Well, I think the last time I saw him, he was headed downriver, towards Abelar.
I done? Okay. I leave her. Say
What-
goodbye.
Before you go, could you please tell me what's your business with Mr. Drackthor, Mr. Plainbane, Mrs. Plainbane?
I would never trust that person. From my experience, they took children, turned them into beasts, and were using them to summon. I kind of shrug. Ponos. However, the children were mutilated and turned into demons.
No, that can't be. He was
Send a
teaching, people to healing people with clerical magic and looking for recruits that he could train.
send a letter downriver to. I say the name of the town.
Mhm.
My character would know.
Mhm.
I showed them substantial proof.
Oh, that's just. I don't know.
Do not
Are we
trust
sure
that
we're
person
thinking of the
again.
same man?
I
What, one big
explained him
tentacle on the
perfectly.
arm?
I nod.
I think you might be mistaken. He was very lovely. She was very lovely.
Cassian will get down on one knee, kind of grab her hand, and plead with her. Please ask the other village what they've seen.
I will do so.
I'll give her a
Um,
gold for the courier, and then head off.
Okay. And I think the party can head off now.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I help
Should we
people
have
on
a
their
dis-
camels.
Yeah, can I get on my camel?
Yes.
Did Nick handle that for me? Okay.
It handles your camel as well, trust me.
Well, it is
I
a. Go ahead.
I will ride Scamp. And I'm going to ask, is there a way that we want to travel mounted? Is there something we want to do? Are we just going straight where we're going? We're not doing anything special?
Mm. No, we're going to Bellwind. I think that's like
Yeah, I think we just go straight to Bellwind.
that was actually the place that Plax is meant to be taking us. Like that's our first stop.
Right, perfect. Then
Are you
yeah,
excited to
we
see?
make our way.
Excited to see home again, Plax?
Well, home is much farther than that, but yes, I'm very excited.
Oh, you're from Blup.
Yep.
Right on.
Good old Blup
How does
in the
it-
middle of the
How does a
swamp.
place get a name of like Blop? almost feels like an
Sounds.
afterthought than a name.
You know when the bubbles from the swamp come to the top? Blup.
He
I always thought
nods.
they were more of
Look.
like a plop.
Depends where
Not
you
a
are.
plop.
Roy's
No, they're-
fascinated by this.
They're a
That's
blob.
so interesting. I didn't know that. Can you
Wait-
tell me more about where the other names for the other cities here come from? What about, and then you list like 7 ones?
Well, Bellwind is named such because of the bells in their towers. And
Oh.
when you're traveling along the river, that's the first sign of civilization, whichever direction you're heading, is that you can hear the bells on the wind.
Oh, Vasher will like do this with his ear. I thought you were saying Bellend.
Wow. Talk about lowering the tone. Someone's there trying to jack off camels.
What? What is up with you guys today? Oh my
Sorry.
god.
It's a spicy show.
We go, Koibu. We
We
go.
leave this conversation. All right. It is 3 days later when you arrive at Bellwind.
Easy as that.
Yes,
Okay.
there are no more encounters.
Do we hear the bells on the wind?
Absolutely. 100%. Well, actually, you're headed upriver right now, and the wind is kind of going with you. You'll hear the bells, but the wind is to your back.
How beautiful are the bells?
No, you're
Depends on
from
the camel.
a pretty advanced place over in Tide's End, and you have like a pretty intricate system of bells and whistles and lights for boats to find their ways around rocks and to be able to navigate in the foggy areas. And so for you, the group of you, these are pretty ordinary, but you're coming from a place that has actually exceptional signaling capabilities. But don't tell the
So we're
locals, okay? Don't
Yeah.
rub it in.
So you're saying that we're like not impressed by it? Essentially.
All right, you ever had like really good some type of food, and it's nearby, so you have that really good food all the time, and then you travel somewhere and like you can find pretty good food of that same kind over there, and it's not like you're not
sounds
impressed by it. You're more like impressed that these people could have something as good as you do. It's like it's almost like a haughty impress, like, oh, look at you, little Arcadians, you got a good system of bells too. Oh, good for you. I'm so happy for you.
But it doesn't measure to our system.
Yeah, it's comparable, but it's
It's like cute that they're trying. Got it.
How big is this city? Are we talking 2-story buildings? Is everything made of stone? Do they have walls?
Yes, we are talking a walled city, multi-story buildings, large spires throughout, a couple of big towers, almost minaret styles that like reach way up, on which there are some bells. You can see them on all the gates overlooking all the entry points, and the town is at a confluence of rivers. There's one river that heads off to the northeast that heads into the Badlands, and there's another river that heads to the northwest that heads up into the hills and mountains. The town is situated on the southern side, so to the south is riverless, to the north is rivered, and then one of the rivers cuts off in the other way.
If I remember correctly, Plax has said that we're going through the Badlands, right?
Yes.
Okay.
From the outskirts of Bellwind, you can also see the Three Sisters. They are called this. They are 3 large volcanoes called this because they, this big one, the middle one, and the little one, and they're all in a little row. And every now and then they spew hot lava, and you can occasionally see some boiling down their sides. Right now, there's just a little bit of smoke rising from the middle one. But as you'll find out when you're in Bellwind and as you're talking to people, that they're active volcanoes in temperamental stages. But more than anything else, when you get to the town, you're of course given the same sort of introduction. Welcome to the town. Laws apply here. In the town, you can't break them. We have clerics. We'll keep an eye out for everything. Don't kill anyone in town. Outside of town is your own business. We don't really give a shit. And once you get past the gates with all of your gear and your carts and your camels and everything.
Can I have a chat with Vasher at this point as we're going through the gate and walking into the town?
Well, right as you're walking into the town, you're going to be greeted with something before you get a chance to get too far in. You are greeted by none other than Saffron, Shadow Walker, and a small cluster of people who let out a large cheer on your behalf. And Saffron is over there applauding lightly, like, there they are! They're there, those the Bandit Slayers! It's Roy and the Waystars, the Bandit Slayers. And there's a small crowd who like shows up, it's like, ooh, the Waystars! Saffron's been telling us about you! And they kind of cluster around your little complement of camels and horses and carts and one mule and one, I guess Plax is not on foot anymore. And they come to ask you questions about your journey. Who are you? What have you been doing? Where have you been going? Where are you going next? Do you have time to handle these problems of ours? Oh my god, you should stay at my father's inn. No, you should stay at my mother's inn hotel.
And I'm like, please, people, we've just walked through the gate. Let us at least get our bearings in this town. Can someone recommend us an inn?
Yes, someone can recommend you an inn.
Is this for free?
No, they're just recommending an inn. It's not a...
I nod at some of the adoring fans, not engaging too much, and shuffle up next to Vasha and speak quietly to him. I say, so boss, what's the plan in this town? Are we just sticking around selling this stuff and moving on, or you want to try and get work here?
Well, we did lose a lot of good equipment to the misadventure with the Hydra, so it could be a good place for us to maybe get some better weapons, get some better equipment, maybe some armor that's suitable for this weather. I've definitely felt a lot less safe since I got here, missing my armor and my weapons.
Different place out here. Nobody's wearing armor. Levels the
There's
playing
gotta be
field.
something we can do.
Maybe, but sounds like get our heads down, sell the gear, buy some equipment, and move on. I'm not looking to get in any trouble with any fire mages this time.
Well, we should at least have a look around. There's always... My grandfather always said, if you turn over enough rocks, you'll find something good.
Sound advice, but just, I know you paladins get up on your high horse, so to speak. Just don't get too carried away in a place like this. There's a lot of guards here, a lot of sharp weapons. Don't go messing around with the Order of things too much, Vasha. This isn't home.
You can say that again.
Did they take our weapons?
Nope.
Because we're heroes. Huge.
Roy wants to talk to everyone, every single fan.
They line up.
He's going to be taking questions. He's going to be telling stories to all of them. He's going to be asking them all questions about Bellwind. He wants to learn everything about them. He's just in there.
Is it true that you're from Tide's End?
Why? Yes. Well, all of us are actually. We came here, and
We've heard about I've heard of the distant sailing kingdom. Is it true that you've got a fleet of 100 ships?
100 minimum.
Oh my god. By the stars. And that you speak with mer people, each and every one of you.
Is that true? Is that a thing?
I know.
No.
No, probably not. Well,
I give a nod.
I've heard lots about mer people. I haven't met one myself. We sure we don't all talk to them, but I've definitely heard, of mer people, and he's gonna tell them everything he knows about the mer people.
They listen with rapt
Yeah,
intent
see,
and talk to you about the Sahagwin who live here in the river, upriver in the Badlands. There's these Sahagwin, these like fish people, sort of like, evil mer people, if you would. At least that's how these folks are framing them, and how these evil merfolk are a constant threat and a constant plague. And being situated along the river here, they're always coming in through the river, kind of popping up and trying to raid in the town. And how the local hero, a woman named Ashwia, the river keeper, doesn't really run the town, but like guards the town against these merfolk and against these Sahugwen. And maybe you could help Ashwia with the river keeper with this stuff. If you can speak mer, maybe you could talk to the Sahugwen, because no one here speaks their language.
Well, I don't think we don't really. I think none of us happen to speak mer, but I'm sure we could. There is something we could. We're Roy and the Waystars. We're here to help, and if you guys need help with something, I'm sure we could. It would be an honor.
Oh my
actually,
God.
To help you.
And you will find that the crowd is beginning to try and pull Roy like away. Everyone's headed to an inn called the Middle Sister, and everyone else is trying to like pull Roy down to the river to go speak with Ashwia, the river keeper.
I ride out on my camel, sort of breaking the crowd a little bit in front of Roy and these people, and I say, citizens, fans, Roy of the Waystars here needs to take his rest in the inn, but he will be giving a talk tomorrow evening.
I'm actually
a small
pretty
entry fee
awake.
of 5
I think
silver.
I think I can handle a few more if you want to. I can.
No, my lord. You should probably rest up. It's been a long journey. Like I said, he'll be at the what was the name of the inn? I say to
The Middle
someone.
Sister.
He'll be at the Middle Sister tomorrow night. 5 silver
Yeah.
entry.
I'll turn to Roy and say, I heard they've got good dinner on tonight, Roy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I could eat.
During this time, quick question, Koibu.
Mhm.
What color was the liquid in the healing potion?
Blue.
Do I have a feeling it's the same color as the one that we got before
From Saffron?
by Saffron? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I think I will talk to the party. This is going to be on the way because he would have deduced this when seeing it.
Oh my god, is Saffron sold it to
I
them?
think Saffron has sold them these healing potions. So the
So-
gift that we're going to give Saffron is going to be the best.
It'll be
We're
4
gonna
of the
give her these
potions.
4 healing potions.
Amazing.
So
What if they actually work?
I can
I can-
cast identify on them if you want to find out.
Good idea, Roy.
Cast one,
Let's
yeah,
do that.
cast on him.
I think identify is ritual. It doesn't matter where, like in town, right?
This would have
Guys,
been before we got here.
I'm gonna find a temple. I'll see you in a bit. I leave my camel at the inn, Neil, and then go find a temple.
Okay.
What did the identify come out as?
Would
yeah,
you?
look
I guess you would have cast that while you were.
Yeah, because this is a
En
plan
route.
Cassian had.
Okay. Let me just this. Okay, the identify spell does come out as, does it have components that you need?
Oh, good
A
question.
pearl worth at least 100 GP.
No, you
Oh,
have to
shit.
buy a pearl worth 100 GP in town, so you couldn't have cast identify yet. But you can do it in town. Is everyone together going to the Middle Sister?
I think we all went there, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna leave once I get there.
Well, hold on. Before
okay.
you get a chance to leave, my friend. When you get here, you will note that you are what do you say? There's somewhat of interest
Expected.
here in this place for you. Where is my map? There we go. Coming into the Middle Sister, it's a large, crowded inn, lots of people everywhere, lots of stuff going on. The smells of cooking and drinking like quickly overpower your senses. There's a bunch of folks sitting at tables. You're being led in by Saffron, who's talking about she's got a room on the right side, and there's not that many rooms. We're gonna have to double or triple up in order to make everything fit. And as you step in, you can see that there's none other than Drakthar Plainbane hanging
shit.
out
What?
in the tavern.
Oh shit. Roy instantly
I roll
freezes
into
up.
initiative.
Wait,
Okay.
is he sitting there with his tentacle out?
Yeah, he's just sitting at the bow. Actually, his back is to you. He's sitting out. He's sitting there with his tentacle out, just chilling, having a drink at the bar. You roll into initiative. Okay.
What would this be like to not attack him? Because I think Cassian's first instinct would be like pure rage.
I'd
Well-
scream murderer and draw my sword.
No,
and
I think
charge him.
Cassian would actually go for it too. I actually think he would. I'm gonna roll in.
Okay.
Roy will be like, "There's other people in the tavern, right?"
There's a bunch of other people. It's a very crowded area. I'm just not going to place 100,000 tokens.
Yeah. Roy will be like, "Look out, everyone! He's a child murderer."
Well,
Yeah, I
let's see.
scream murderer at the top of my lungs, draw my weapon, and charge him.
Yeah, I guess you scream murderer, and everyone sort of looks to you. You draw your weapons. People begin to move back to the sides. Drakthar will, look around at you, and I guess he'll roll into initiative too. Vasher, natural 1 on the initiative
Is
roll.
bad. I feel like I should get a surprise.
Well, you're called murderer. I think it's and there's people in the way. I think it's definitely everyone rolls in at the same time.
Can I at least move adjacent to him as I yelled it?
No, there's crowd in the way. Sorry, buddy. Natural 1 on the initiative. Maybe you drop your sword and you have to pick it back up or something. It's a slow situation.
Someone pours their beer on me as I'm pulling out my sword or something. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Drakthar goes first, and Drakthar will clearly raise one hand and one tentacle and say, good people of Bellwind, these people, they're going to kill me. And you will see the ire of everyone in the town. You were just warned about violence and how, don't kill anyone in town. Otherwise, the penalty is death. And Draxthar will stand there with her hands raised, and Cassian will take a turn.
It's fine for me. Cassian is going to, instead of attacking him, he sees what he's up to. He's going to hold Vasher back and whisper to him, it's not the time. Look at the people. Look at their eyes.
Roy.
You doing a strength check?
I will strength check him.
Well, okay. On your turn, though, Vasher.
On your turn. Yep.
Roy,
Sure.
what are you going to do?
I will raise a hand and point at him. And on my raised hand sits Vika. And I will simply yell out, freeze, child murderer! We'll bring you justice! And that's it. That's my turn.
Excellent. Vasher, give me opposed strength checks against Cassian.
See, that's why you should have took the strength, man.
I should have taken the strength.
Yeah, Cassian holds you back. Steermere?
Okay, wait, is that... wait, can I talk on my turn?
Sure.
If Cassian's holding me back, I'll say call whatever, police would have been called in Ireland, justice, call Justice Stars, or call the guard. This man's a murderer. He killed children.
Okay. Steermere.
That's what I do on my
wait,
turn.
Can I make a persuasion check on my plea?
To call the guards that this person's a murderer?
To the crowd, yeah.
Oh, well, their guards are already being called. People have drawn weapons and violence. Their police are on the way.
Can you do a persuasion check to try and convince the people?
That's not really, if someone calls out a murderer in a crowded room, you might listen, you might not listen, but also it's not their job, right? It's the
But
cop's
are they
job.
believing?
Yeah, he wants to make them.
Are they
believe it.
believing me?
Yeah.
Right?
Give me your
Or are
persuasion
they-
check. Let's see how, the depth
Oh, for
of...
fuck's
My God!
I mean, I also called something. Can I also give a persuasion check?
All natural ones aren't failures. It just it means something.
It means something. Yeah, you said, what did you say when you called out and pointed it with Vika?
I was like, they're a child murderer, look out. And then I was like, freeze, child murderer, we'll bring you justice.
Yes, give me your persuasion. That was right. It was super cheesy.
Oh
My God!
Steermere.
I whisper to Saffron and say, get around him. And then I will step onto this table here. Scoot, because I can't get through the crowd, right? Easily.
Yeah.
But I can walk over this table. So I kind of go, let me measure it. Sorry.
Kicking people's food out of the way.
Yeah. Well, I try and be as graceful as possible, but I jumped onto here.
Okay. Drakthar will stand there with arms raised. And maybe ready in action. Who knows? Who knows what Drakthar's doing? But Drakthar's not attacking
What's
anyone.
Drakthar's facial expressions at this point?
Well,
Cassian's looking.
She's got this teethy, ugly. She's not a.
Situation.
It's hard to make any facial expression other than like.
So she's not like smirking or anything like that. Got it.
Maybe it's pretty toothy, but they're hand and tentacle up, and there's like an expression of innocence across their face.
As it's Cassian's turn now. I don't know why I got off with initiative.
Oh, because we changed your tokens, yeah.
He's holding Vasher and probably trying to like. I'm trying to think.
Convince me
move him
to-
out of the bar. Yeah, hold on one sec. No, he's not gonna move you out of the bar because we want to keep an eye on him. He's just like holding you back and is just he's gonna project his voice, and this woman, you'd say
Yes.
thing, this monstrous beast murdered children in this town, stole them from their homes, brought them to his cave, and turned them into demons. He must be dealt with swiftly.
Roy?
Persuasion check.
Um,
That's not an advantage, right? That's
Not
a
an
7.
advantage. Sorry, no,
Okay.
no. It's just 7. Mhm.
yeah, I will try to convince the crowd.
No, you try to convince, but you've rolled your 1. The crowd looks at you all and begins to boo the Waystars, and you see little bits of bread and chicken bones being tossed in your direction as you people have drawn weapons and accosted someone who was just sitting peacefully at the bar, and you're shouting like child murderer, and people soon get to their feet. No one's really like attacking you, but you can see that the crowd is hostile and has turned against you, and that they are maybe not taking Drakthar's side, but definitely not taking your side. Definitely views you as like false accusers or troublemakers or people who like roll into town and try and start a fight. Like, you guys are the assholes according on the faces of the people here.
Vasher is infuriated by this, and he starts cursing the people of this land. He's like, what foul creatures live in this feckin' country? Like, don't you recognize a murderer when you can? Every single person here is a slaver, a despot, a power of the, like, holder of the ruinous power. I'm on a rant here. I'm super pissed off that they're not believing me, and I'm just insulting the entire town. It's basically like if I was the Foo Fighters, I'm playing in Denver and I'm shit talking Denver. I'm just like, Denver's the worst city in the world. No one should ever live here. Everyone should leave.
You'll see unless Steamier, were you going to do something?
Yeah.
Yeah? Go ahead, take your turn.
Yeah. I start walking towards him. I lock eye contact with him, and I start saying out to the crowd, but also to him, if this woman is innocent, then the clerics of this town will see to it. I have seen his dastardly deeds with my own eyes, and I won't rest until he's at least interrogated. And I just keep walking towards him. I intend to lay hands on him.
Boom! There's a bunch of people nearby, and they're kind of like standing. And are your weapons drawn?
No.
Okay. Then some people get in your way. They get up in your face, and they say, "Hey, what the hell? We're just trying to have a nice drink. What are you doing here?"
I barge him out. I move him out of the way. I mean, how effective are they at stopping me?
If you can make me a DC 10 athletics check, you can move them out of the way.
Stemia looks down, says a little prayer to Martha.
You're going to cast a spell?
Casting guidance. No,
But
I
you're
just
still
say
casting a
little prayer.
spell. It has
Okay,
somatic
well,
and
no,
verbal
okay.
components.
Does it then? Does it?
It does. It's a
Somatic
spell. It's an action,
verbal.
right?
It can't be disguised as a prayer. No.
It's a spell casting action with
Okay, I
somatic
don't
and verbal
know.
components.
I mean, but the head down, putting your hands in a certain way and murmuring a prayer.
Well, you don't
Doesn't
cast
necessarily-
spells by
You gotta
being like,
project your
"Oh,
voice."
Martha, would you please help?" You're casting spells. You're channeling the power of gods. That's not like a little meek Martha, please help me.
Yeah, fine, okay, I'm not
what
gonna-
god would guide you if you're like, "Oh, I could use a little help."
That's how people pray to gods all over the world.
He's soy casting.
Whatever, no, I don't do that.
Casting
It's
new
gonna-
feet.
Obviously, I'm not going to cast a spell in the middle of a hostile crowd.
Yeah, that's why
I figured that I
telling
could.
you.
I figured that I could just. I mean, it's a 6-second round. I just figured it wouldn't be that.
It's
it's
just
a
like every
cantrip,
other
it's not a-
spell, right? They're all 6-second
Well-
rounds.
Sure, but maybe there's a difference between meteor strike and firebolt in terms of the circumstance of it.
Well, one action, somatic and verbal components.
Yeah, okay, no, if no spells can be cast under any, like, minimal kind of, I can't think of the word, but, you know, like, you can't disguise it in any way at all, that's fine. I just try and I push through the crowd. Like,
Yeah,
I don't really, I don't engage with them in conversation. I try and push through.
DC 10 athletics check just to muscle your way through.
That's fine.
Yeah, not a
Nice.
problem. You shove these people out of your way. You just, you know, right up to Drakthar, who's still got hand and tentacle in air.
Drakthar, submit yourself. Let us be interrogated by the guards and we'll see the truth of this.
Fuck off! I haven't broken the laws of this town.
Oh,
I'm gonna let him go if that's fine.
Yeah.
If it's
that
my
might be
turn,
true.
and I'm gonna push up.
Sure.
You've broken the laws of morality. You've broken the
that.
laws of every land.
I don't know if you want a strength check or an athletics check.
Yeah, I would like a
Breakthrough.
DC 10 athletics check to push through the crowd. Oof. Yeah, some people block you at about this point right here. They kind of get in your way, and there's two of them, and they're like, hey, this is a peaceful place. What are you doing? Get the hell out of here. We don't need your trouble. What are you, a bandit?
I'm
If you-
content to
if you
wait for the
want to
guards at this point.
really
No,
like
I'm not
shove
gonna-
past them, you can.
No.
Okay.
He'll go another way on his next turn.
Okay. Yeah, well, you can start if you want to just find your way around and you keep maneuvering to get up there. Eventually, you will, but I think Steermer is going to be here for a little bit on his own, unless
Yeah.
either of you are doing something.
What kind of things can I say with the command spell?
Kneel, die, cower. Like you
Surrender.
can say any one word. If you say die, they're just gonna like paralyze for a round, right?
Could I say, what if I
Approach,
pointed
drop,
at him and
flee,
said,
grovel.
what if I pointed at him and said, confess?
Confess. It has to be unequivocal. Confess could mean practically anything, right? It needs to be.
But again, casting a spell on a hostile crowd.
Yep, it would be casting a spell on a hostile crowd.
It's verbal only.
It is
so-
verbal, so he's probably just saying like submit or surrender.
But the reason that you can do this at first level is that it has to be one word that is super clear. So you could say like approach, and that would obviously mean approach me, you know, come towards me.
Yeah.
Or you could say flee or
I feel like
drop.
if approach, well, here's the thing. If approach means obviously approach me, then there's obviously something other than the word communicating. Because if I wouldn't just say like approach, because then he's like, does he approach where my finger is? Does he approach me? Does he approach something we're talking
I
about?
think
So if
those
I
are-
say if I say
mean,
confess and we're talking about a very specific crime, I feel like he would be able to piece that together.
Maybe give him an extra bonus on the DC, like make the DC lower or something.
I'm gonna do it anyway. Vasher is like, he's never used this like spell before, so he's gonna try it. He's gonna
you can say
cast-
confess.
He's gonna point at him and say confess. I will cast it.
What level?
Level 1 only.
Drakthar is not confessing. Drakthar is currently, you know, engaged with this person. There's a crowd. It's loud, and also confesses is maybe too abstract of a term. You can
What
pick
does it
your
look
reason.
like when I do that to the crowd? Like, what do they see? Do they see like holy light come from me or anything? Like, is it very obvious that I've just cast a spell?
For this one, I would honestly think no.
I think command is one of those few spells that is pretty clearly. There might be like a you know a magic in the air, but it's a busy place at this point. You know, most people have turned back to their things once it's clear that this isn't going to go down. And you can see that, you know, the innkeeper, a half orc, is coming out from behind to take care of what's going on over here. So there's some folks who are jeering at you. You might get like a cup of wine or a cup of ale like splashed in your direction.
Your booze mean nothing to me. That's the thing
Yeah.
that makes you cheer.
Just an FYI,
Yeah.
if someone throws wine or like something at Cassian, he's gonna pick up the nearest mug and like just chuck it at their face.
Cassian has no one. Well,
Just letting you
yeah, I don't know. 30% chance. Yeah, someone does like toss beer in your face.
know. Here's your roll to hit for a mug. He's just gonna grab one. What do you want? Just like a regular roll?
Just a regular attack roll. Yeah.
There we go. 20.
Yeah, you absolutely smash a mug in their face.
Jesus
Weird thing
Christ.
is, it bounces off a random invisible guy in between you and the target.
I did it. Do you want damage?
Are you trying to
D2?
hurt them?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, then it's going to be a D. I think it's just a D1 plus your strength modifier. So you do
We're gonna get
4
fucking
damage.
executed.
So 4 damage,
today.
yeah. He threw shit at me, so I think that is more than fine.
Yeah. You break his nose, and someone, drops to the
Shit.
ground, and nearby people start picking up plates and other things, and they throw more things at you. The crowd becomes more
Okay,
hostile and
wait.
begins to back
Okay.
away from the party.
You've taken initiative out. I grab Drakthar at this point because I do not want him getting away in the confusion.
Sure, go ahead, make me a melee attack.
Yeah.
No, it's your athletics opposed by their athletics or acrobatics. That's what it
Okay.
is.
20.
Pretty good.
Oh, that's pretty good. Double checking proficiency bonus.
When you're ready, I have a question.
Yeah. Oh, so close. Yeah, you grab Drakthar by her robes, and she cries out, "Help!" And coming up from behind the table is the half-orc innkeeper who's coming around this way to talk to
I'm
you,
gonna
Steermere.
intercept him if I can.
Yeah, but hold on. Jamie had a question. Jamie had a
okay.
question.
Is Drakthar the only monstrous person in here? Is it just humans and then Drakthar? There's no way these
the
guys are
innkeeper's a half-orc. And as you're looking around, there's some halflings over there. There's some, dwarves over there. You think that's a group of elves or half-elves up there. And that might be like a goblin or an Azari or something. It's small and it's on the other side. It doesn't look like a goblin or it doesn't look like a dwarf or a halfling. It's got weird flat feet, but it's hidden by the crowd. There's quite a variety of creatures here.
But tentacle-armed people? That's very clearly something more
It is weird,
sinister
yeah.
and demonic. That would be
Super.
unusual, right?
Super unusual. Yeah, absolutely 100% bizarre and unworldly, gross, demonic. These are all appropriate terms for Drakthar.
Yeah,
So
on my turn,
disgusting.
I'm going to invoke the prejudice of the crowd and say, look at them. They just look evil. How could you not see? They are so obviously evil.
You're being
What good
racist.
creatures have, tentacles for arms and fangs?
Question: what is your dueling spell? Where they
Compelled
can't leave your
duel.
range? Yeah. Is it
Yes.
verbal somatic? What is it?
Compelled duel. I think I just point at them, actually. Let me check.
Wait, hang on.
Duel.
I'm talking to the
Yeah,
orc as
you're
he
doing-
comes out
you're
doing
the
your thing.
door.
This is my
No, but
question.
Neil's
Go ahead.
moving in. Neil's
Oh.
moving.
Yeah, well, so you can talk. You grab
No, I talk to him.
Drakthar.
I see him coming out of the kitchen. I talk to him
Sure.
on the other side of the bar. Okay. So
Sure.
finish. Yeah, you can finish your question first, but I want to say something to this orc.
That is the end of my question.
Okay. So I've got two hands on Drakthar. I look to the orc as he's coming around, and I say, "Stay out of this. You wouldn't interfere if you've seen what I've seen. I'm waiting for the guards."
Hey, this is my inn, she says. at
Cassian
you.
will make a dash over
Yeah.
if he can.
Sure. Give me another DC 10 athletics check because people are throwing things at you again. It's not just the one person. You shove
14.
through the crowd. The half orc comes up. I think the two of you kind of square off right here, maybe even like this.
Cassian
What
has
the
a
hell are
hand
you
on it.
doing?
Cassian has a hand on his sword and says, "Back up. Let the guards handle this."
That's
person
exactly
killed
what I'm here to
children.
do. We need some guards to handle this situation. Why are you accosting my customers?
I ignore him.
Yeah. Well, it takes a few more minutes. The bar's a rowdy place, but soon enough, the town guard shows up. There are 4 soldiers who arrive and begin to kind of push their way through and ask people what's going on. They quickly get the lay of the land, and they ask the 5 of you to step outside. And Drakthar, who's, still being accosted, handheld by the cleric.
Hang on.
Well-
I've got my hands on him. Yeah, I'm not going without him.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
Drakthar's coming. Totally.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, everyone comes on out of the bar.
As soon as the guards are in control, I let him go.
Yeah.
Are they in
Alright.
control?
Yeah. Well, everyone comes on out, and the guards will take a look around and be like, "Okay, what the hell is this business? Did I hear that you broke someone's nose?" They say, looking at Cassian.
I'll speak up. We defended ourselves after the crowd attacked, and I'll point at Drakthar. You should be arresting this person. They're a murderer. They kill children. They abuse
Worse.
people. And I basically just go through the list of accusations against Drakthar. They're a murderer, they're a killer.
Raises the hand and tentacle. But I wasn't in the city. I was out in the plains, in the desert. The guards look to you. Where's the body?
I say the town
Bodies.
that the bodies are in.
Complicated.
I explain where they're at.
Doesn't sound like it's within our jurisdiction. Are you must be new here.
Well, then I say how much coin to let me drag this person out of the town, out of your jurisdiction.
Good fucking question, dude. Nice.
If you got a problem with this person, just wait outside until they have to leave.
This is so
No,
crazy.
I'm taking them outside. How much coin?
Well, there's a bunch of people looking from the windows. The guards are kind of on the spot here, you know. They're not.
Just kick us all out of the city.
Kick us out. Kick us out. We'll come back, give you the money.
You can go.
Kick us out.
We're not
I throw a
helping
punch
you
at the guard.
facilitate a murder.
I throw a punch at the guard.
Make me roll to hit.
Fuck. What the fuck?
Why?
I'm not really trying to hit him. I'm just trying to antagonize him.
Oh.
It's a
smart.
wild miss.
Missed on purpose.
On purpose.
The guards,
big brain.
put up their shields, and one of them is going to try to knock you to the ground. Make me an opposed athletics check against this guard right here. I'm just gonna use
Basically, I'm trying to start a scuffle to get us
Mhm.
kicked out of the town.
Yeah, but they're not gonna get kicked out.
They
I'm
have
trying
an
to try to
11
include them.
on their athletics check to knock you down.
Oh, athletics. Sorry. There you go.
Yeah, you remain standing, and the guards, start to try to come and surround you. There's 4 of them, so like 3 of them come on you, and one of them has spear out and shield out, and is like looking at the rest of you, pointing the spear around, and yells over their shoulder, "We need help! Reinforcements!"
I give Steermere a nod, and I am grabbing one side of Drakthar.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
sorry. Let me ask you this: how far are we from the fucking exit to this town?
Oh, you're a good ways, and the
Okay,
exit's
we're in a
guarded.
good way.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't do
Walk
that.
out.
then.
You can arrest me after they're dead. And I turn and pull my sword instead of attacking Drakthar.
Holy shit.
Wait.
I
Hold
wanna-
on. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna take our break, and then we're gonna come back in initiative order if we're gonna be attacking people in this, because that's
we
gonna
need
be
guard tokens and stuff.
that'll be. I gotta set up the battlefield. We'll be back on the other side as the party once again loses the game. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I think we need to roll initiative at this point in time.
Hey, hang on, wait. Am I actually there? I was next to Drakthar, no?
We're on the verge of rolling
it's
an
true.
initiative.
We were next to Drakthar because I was going to grab.
Yeah,
his
well,
money.
everyone kind of came out of the bar and got pushed around, and
Yeah.
everyone was okay. Then I think we've got a situation like probably this, because you were holding on to Drakthar. The guards coming out of here. Guards trying to like keep everybody together. So maybe, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Maybe something like this. And these 3 are on Jamie, and this one's over here chilling in the corner. Maybe Drakthar's HP, just to separate it from the guards. I'm gonna put it
make
as
him red.
here.
Okay. Initiative?
Yeah, initiative.
I rolled in.
All right.
I'll give the guards a warning. I say, if you defend this person, I will consider you culpable for their crimes, and I will not hold back.
We're defending the laws of this town. We haven't even conducted an investigation. Stand down, foreigner.
Will you
Roy.
call the clerics to find the truth?
Obviously. What the fuck do you think we're doing here?
Okay,
Roy.
at that, Vasher will start to back down, and he'll say, okay,
Oh wait, didn't
I'm
they
sorry
just-
I threw a punch.
Didn't they already say that they weren't going to do anything because it was happened outside of the land?
They did say that, yes.
Okay.
Roy, we're in initiative order. Did you want to do something?
I just wanted to remind Vasher of the story of Prince Reginald that I told him once. And I've told him this before on a walk through the desert. and it was a story in which Prince Reginald knew there was an evil witch in the land, but his father, the king, married the evil witch, and every night he couldn't sleep because he knew that the evil witch was going to poison the land and was going to take over, but he knew that he needed to wait for the right moment because his father wouldn't believe him. So he stayed patient and waited until he could trick the witch and show his father, instead of acting on his feelings. And through that, he learned that justice sometimes needs time to be served.
Vasher.
Vasher takes this to heart. He's still boiling in rage, but he's now no longer actively antagonizing the guards.
Do you sheathe your sword?
Well, I haven't fully drawn it yet. I was reaching for it, if you know what I mean.
Okay. So you were reaching for it and you let it go, and are you putting your hands up in a show of peace?
Yeah, and I apologize for throwing a punch.
Cassian?
Pass.
Okay. The guards stand down as well. The shoving slows to a stop. They have weapons out there, shields and spears like you do, like when you're guard. And they wait for reinforcements. And sure enough, a bunch more guards will show up, as well as what appears to be some sort of officer, some sort of, better warrior who's not just one of these spear-wielding folks. The guards will kind of come up and they'll get a nice surround on the whole conflict. Probably one more because they come in groups of 4. Saffron will dip from the side. And this leader will show up, this warrior, this proper guard will come on over and look at the situation. No, everyone settle down. What do we have here? And one of these people will give them a report well, we came over. These 4 were accosting this one over here, the mutant-looking thing, and people in the bar said that they were throwing cups and drinks, and they kind of point to your wet clothes, and maybe someone's still got a little bit of onion in their hair or whatnot. These folks say the tentacle wielder murdered children. The tentacle wielder said they did it out of town. They look to the guard here for advice.
He admits his crimes. She admits her crimes. Just kick her out of town so we can deal justice.
No, you can't kick me out of town. I haven't committed any crimes here.
Your existence is a crime against humanity.
The guard.
Or, I'll say whatever you would say rather than humanity.
Yeah.
I point to the tentacle lady. Drakthar Plainbane murdered children outside of, I say the town's name, in a cave.
But she lured them from that town, inside that town's laws. She broke the laws of the town while she was there, lured people out of the town, and then killed them. I'll support his speech.
Drakthar puts the hands up. Most of those children are in training over at my temple, which I've been proselytizing about in Bellwind for days now. And many people can attest to the fact that I've been here peacefully, serving my own purposes and not getting in anyone's way. And while I may have sacrificed some people to Ponos, god of suffering and suffering souls, and use them to summon demons into this world, I have done that elsewhere, free of this place, and for purposes beyond question of anyone here. I do these things in honor of the gods. And the warrior, the officer, looks over at Drakthar, and despite them being the cool, calm cucumber of the group, you can see there's a vileness in their eyes, a disgustedness with this. I mean, look at this. Look at this thing, right? Look at that. You can see the looking down on this. Takes a deep sigh, looks at the rest of the party and says, Listen here. You must come very different land, and I could see how this might be challenging for you. But the only way we've found to survive out here is to do so, hard as it may be, by accepting all the people who arrive. Within the town walls, we all coexist. This is a place of trade, a place of sanctuary. If someone has done something awful,
And you
they
would
will
bring
get
sanctuary to creatures of pure evil.
if they are evil, pure evil, then they will commit evil here, and we will get them. Evil has a way of finding its own demise.
Vasher
Maybe-
will plead with the guard, and he'll say something like, "Please, there must be a way for you to remove us from the town. There must be a procedure. This can't be the first time this has come up.
It's not.
All we need is to have them outside of your protection."
The guard looks to Drakthar, who kind of gives you a smug grin back to you. I don't think this creature is planning on living here. They are running, what did you say? Drakthar says, an education facility. They're running such a thing. They'll need to return to it. If they have other places they live, they will leave here. You are interested in justice like you say you are, then you can find them there. But there will be no bloodshed.
Any, like handcuffs, like handcuff type devices or anything like that?
There's a small coil of rope at their side. Like,
I'll say tie me to her.
no. Nor will I tie her to you. This might be difficult for you, but as long as you're in this town, you are not to harm anyone or bring violence to anyone. If that is something you cannot abide, this is your opportunity to leave. There are no prisons in Bellwind. You understand?
Vasher will give a very large sigh, and he's really, what he's thinking, just to give people an insight, he's really thinking if he's okay with dying here. Like, that's the question he's asking. To kill this creature.
But would you make it? It's the other question. Like, if you could kill her and die, that might be worth it. But what if you die and you can't even finish her off?
The words of Roy's story about justice sometimes, like discretion being the better part of valor, ring in his ears. And Vasher, even though it makes his soul scream, will grit his teeth and wait patiently.
Now, does anyone here have any charges of criminality within the city walls to level against each other? Drakthar
I do
will
have
say,
a question.
they accosted me. They grabbed me and roughed me up.
You grabbed me.
The guard waves off these things and looks to Steermere. Yes, Greybeard?
Any rules against following people in this town?
You're free to follow someone from place to place, but you can't break into private property. You can't assault people.
Fair enough. I turn my gaze back to Drakthar and give him the same smug smile.
Drakthar turns their gaze back to you. And then, am I free to go? Guards nod. And Drakthar will head into the inn. And I believe
also head into the inn.
Steermere follows.
Is Drakthar staying in this inn? That's a question that we should figure out.
We can find that out, yeah. Don't ask the gods that.
Are we even welcome in this inn?
No, not a chance.
Do I get stopped as I go in?
No. You come in, Drakthar comes in. The people sort of look over, but it's clear that the guards have handled everything, and Drakthar just goes back to their same seat.
Can I sit next to him on one side?
Yes, both seats on either side of where Drakthar was are now open, and the two of you can take a seat on either side of her.
Oh, yeah. When you're done with this RP, I have a question.
Yeah,
Guards
no,
begin to leave. Leaving one guard just to see what's up and keep an eye on things, but the rest of them vanish. Question?
Oh, before the guards leave, I would ask if
Oh,
I could
yeah.
like talk to a higher rank. Can I talk to like the noble in charge or the head of the watch? You know?
The one that was here, the warrior, looks at you, goes, "I'm an officer. What do you need?"
I want to talk to the person in power. Like I want to talk to who's really in charge of this town. Like the local politician, the local governor.
It's like a long, heavy sigh. What do you need to say? You're just gonna make the same complaints? Because I'll save you the time. They're gonna give you the same answers. And if you piss them off, they might kick you out of town.
Just want to make an appeal.
It's gonna be the same thing. Just letting you know.
I ask in a really nice way sometimes.
All right. Come with me. I'll take you.
Okay, I'll go with him, and then you can play out that RP. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Like
So
we
the
just
two of
looked
you go, leaving Roy and Saffron outside. Oh boy, she says, that was some scuffle.
Yeah, you could call it that.
Fancy a drink?
I don't even know. Roy's
Well-
very shaken up.
Look, you still owe me my share of the cut from the last village. So, what was that place called? Wululan Mabo, something like that. Wululamabo. You owe me my cut from that. So, she puts out a hand. Pay up. In fact, why don't we go talk to Castian? I think he knows a little bit more about the financial situation. She starts walking away as she's talking. A little bit more about the financial situation of this party than the others.
Well, I'm pretty good with money, and it's not a problem. But
Yeah.
Does she ask Castian?
Yeah, she'll show up in the bar, be like, Cassian, I believe you owe me my fair
I'll
share.
Fumble into my bag and I'll pull out, and he's watching her eyes the
Mhm.
entire time. And he will pull out a healing potion and he will go to hand it to her.
Ooh,
We have Oh, can I get an insight check?
Yeah, give me an insight check. Yeah, she seems excited.
Okay.
And
I think that most of the cut. I mean, I pull out 14 GP. We spent like the other gold, so I'll hand her a little bag with 14 gold in it.
that's it. One healing potion and 14 gold.
We haven't sold the incense or the blankets, and he'll rattle a few
Gotcha,
things that are
gotcha.
off.
Okay,
Sure.
okay. Well then, I guess I'll stick around until you've sold off all the other things, and you'll be able to find me. Don't worry about it. Here, have this seat, Roy, and she gives it to you, and then heads upstairs to where she
Saffron.
is sleeping. Oh,
Saffron, can I have a word?
Yeah,
I go ahead. Can we speak in your room?
To Drakthar.
of course.
Don't worry that he's going. I'm still watching you.
Maybe I'll make a convert out of you yet. Have I told you about Ponos? And upstairs.
I say, I know you weren't there with this Drakthar thing, but if you put any ounce of faith in us, you can understand that this thing has to be dealt with. All we gotta do is get out of the town. I suspect that you're someone with light fingers. No judgment on my end. Perhaps if Drakthar ran out of gold coins, he wouldn't be able to stay around in town much longer.
Oh my god, how could you accuse me of such things?
I just got an instinct.
Well, that's an idea. You know, what they were saying? Recruiting people, running a school of some kind, sacrificial rituals. That takes a lot of money. You know, that takes a lot of resources. I bet this Drakthar person has some sort of financial backer or some sort of resource that they're able to sell, or maybe they're just pulling money out of thin air. Somewhere, they've got a good supply of cash. You can't run, a sacrificial ritual pit on just hopes and dreams. That takes logistics. That takes setup.
True. But we chased it out of its last home. So I suspect any wealth that it has, it's got on it right now, or at least in its room wherever it's staying.
Maybe. I mean, I've been here for a week longer than you, and I've seen them about. The way that they've talked, they're actively recruiting. They talk as if there is a... They don't sound like a defeated person, is what I'm saying. You know?
Okay. Well,
They might
here's
have
another
more
plan
than
then.
one location.
Maybe we can find someone in town working for us, cozy up to Drakthar away from us, get invited to such a place. Then we can track them down to their next home.
Well, I'll see what I can do about relieving Drakthar of any illegal, immorally gotten gains, is really the gist of it, is that if they've done this, if they're a bad, child-killing, demon-worshipping summoner, I think that gold deserves to be liberated and returned to its people. Don't you?
Absolutely. And let me tell you a little thing about Cassian and Vasha. If you can handle this, I'm sure they'll be willing to give up some of that cut to you.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
All right. Sleep well.
Ta-ta. She leaves you be.
Go back downstairs.
All right. Far, far away. Unless Cassian or Roy, do you have anything you want to say or do near Drakthar?
I want to start telling Drakthar a few stories, actually, in a lot of detail. I want to really unload on him, you know? Just like every single, just the slowest motherfucking stories this guy has ever heard in his life.
That's psychic damage right there. Okay. We're going to have Drakthar counter your slow stories with their fascinating stories about world, religion, and politics. So why don't you make me I don't know. Here, whoops, that's not right. That should be
Wait, what should
only
it
plus.
be?
That should be 3 lower. That should be an 11 on a charisma check. So they're going to tell you some interesting stories and give me your own charisma check to see if you can, keep the focus on your stories instead, which you do.
Not.
I'll just cut her off every time. Just yeah, that reminds me.
After an hour of this, Drakthar will go to their room and shut the door and stay
No, I'll
inside.
follow them to their room.
Yep. Their room
I
is
put my foot in the door.
the room is right over here. And as you they go in and you like put your foot in the door, Drakthar pulls it. This is my room. I have the right to privacy in here. Leave me be.
I look around.
Yeah, there's
There's-
folks
it's
in
the
the
bar's
bar.
full,
There's people seeing it. It's a pretty busy place.
With my foot in the door, I push my head in and I look. Are there any windows?
There are no windows.
Okay, I put my foot out of the door.
Okay. They go into the room and shut the door behind them. Windowless. There's no way out of that place.
I would hope so.
All right. Back over on the other side of town.
Can I order a
in-
room? Sorry.
Yes, you can order.
Can I order this room?
Let's see if
Or
one of
this one.
those is full. It's a pretty busy place, so we'll need 15 or higher on one of these. Oh, yes. Yes, you can get the lower one.
I'll have Roy pay for the lower room.
Okay, we'll deal with the finances in a little bit. On the other side of town, we are getting brought to the people in charge of the right one, in charge of the town guard. And this is on towards evening. The sun has set over those tall cliffs, over the plateau, over the city of Voden.
Specifically, I'd
Actually,
like
it
to
goes the
talk to
other
a
way.
politician of some kind, like a noble politician, etc., something like that.
The sun has set over the Dust Bowl, a set of mountains to the far side. The captain that you were speaking with has come over, and the town council is done for the day. and you're in these like offices near the middle of town, talking to the people who are like cleaning up and getting ready to go home. Guard will, lead you around and ask if, this council member or this council member or this council member are still around, and everyone's like, no, they've all gone home for the day. They'll be back tomorrow. The guard will look at you, then they give you a heavy sigh and goes, well, look, this is the place. This is the town hall. I don't need to warn you that you can't draw your weapons in here, right?
That's not a problem. And
Okay.
I'll even, like, if he wants, I'll even take my sword off my...
No, I don't
weapon
want
and give
to
it
responsibility for holding on to your stuff and coming back to you. It's too much work.
That's
but
no
you can come
problem. I
back
will
tomorrow.
respect the law.
You can come back tomorrow, stand in line, get a meeting with the council. I think they're doing business tomorrow, and you can make your plea. But unless someone's broken a law here, you're not going to get much in the way of what you want.
Very well. Vasha will go outside the courthouse and sit at the front door and wait until morning.
The guard looks at you, and you can see the look on their eyes where they're like, I should probably get that. I just can't bother to get this person to, like, you're not supposed to sleep by the court. It's fine. It's not a law. It's just a social. Fine. I'm done. And they walk
Vasha's
off.
first in line. He's absolutely will not let it go.
All right. Okay. Well, the rest of the party, I assume, takes turns watching Drakthar's room so that they don't escape in the middle
I'm
of the
gonna
night.
sit there, and I'll take an exhaustion charge if you'd like. No, I won't. I won't do it all night.
Yeah,
For a
well,
while, I will sit there and I will just knock on the wall.
eventually you'll get other people coming out of the rooms to tell you to stop.
They don't know who it is.
No, but like someone else will come out of, you're knocking on,
It'll just be like random, like bang, 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 and then
and then
silence. Yeah, not like a non-stop.
okay. So not enough to bother.
Hopefully not. No.
Other
Someone might
people.
get mad.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's
I'm
make
still-
a
yeah.
sleeplessness check. No, everyone sleeps well through the night. The inn is open pretty late, so there's enough, chatter in the room. And then by the time everything does quiet down, whoever goes to bed nearby is well rested or tired enough that they all sleep through the banging.
In the middle of the night, I'm gonna do something. Cassian will get up. He'll go out here. Is there anyone out and about?
No, at the witching hour, 2 or something in the morning, it's quiet.
He'll go and walk over here
Mm-hmm.
and pry the door.
It's locked, or I shouldn't say locked. It's barred. Since you've got a room here as well, there aren't like handles on the doors. They swing freely, and then there's like a little wooden thing that you can like latch over into a slot.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna
there's
move
just
these
a pull push.
Chairs out of the way,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
just to scare him. He's gonna do one big charge, and he's gonna like try to jump on the door and like break it. That's his goal.
You're gonna try and break the door of the inn that you're staying in.
Yes, no one's seeing me though, and if it doesn't break, I'll just run back to my room. Genius.
Give me an athletics check.
22.
Yeah, you smash down the door and tumble into Drakthar's room in the middle of the night while they're sleeping. I guess I'm gonna. You win initiative? I don't know. No. Well, I'll just give you advantage on initiative against them, but I think we need to roll.
Didn't expect it to work.
I didn't expect that. I just wanted to fuck with him a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
roll me initiative twice. Take the higher one.
Okay.
Oh,
7.
unfortunate for you.
It's not. I wasn't going to attack him actually.
Drakthar takes half their movement to get out of bed. Ah! She screams as she immediately casts a spell. Fear. Give me a wisdom saving throw. DC 14.
DC 13?
14. Oh, 13. It says should be 14.
Well,
That's
I
a
failed
lie on
it
there.
anyways.
Yeah.
That was the
You
plan.
are affected by fear. While frightened by the spell. A creature must take this dash action away from you by the safest route. So you are obligated to run away.
That is totally fine. That's what he was gonna do anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I run back to my room?
You project a fear of the creature's worst fear, image of the creature's worst fears, which might actually be just Drakthar. Drop whatever it's holding and become frightened. While frightened, the creature must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest route, unless there's nowhere to move. I think your room is away, although it's just on the other side of that wall. I mean, if you're terrified, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe someone else weigh in on this. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm cool with either way, really. Like he can run out the door. I don't
He's
think it
unfamiliar
matters.
with this town. Probably the places he feels safe, it would
Is
be
in
in
my
that room
room.
because it has a boltable door. He would bolt the door, hide, cringe in a corner, cry a little.
Clearly not that
Okay.
strong though. The bolt.
Versus run outside into an unknown city that doesn't feel as safe.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. You can
I'll
bolt into
roll
your...
a D2. One, he runs into his room. Two, he runs outside. Okay, he runs out. He just
gone
he just
into the city
dashes.
streets.
And then when I'm in the city streets, I'm just gonna keep running and go and hide because I think fear doesn't make you.
When you're not in vision range, you can make a save.
Yeah, I don't want to make a save. Cassian actively wants to get out of the situation.
Right.
When Drakthar in the morning is like, "Oh, he broke his room," I'm just gonna be like, "No, I didn't."
You're gonna gaslight him? I thought you couldn't lie.
Yeah, what was this? Can't lie.
Well, we'll see what he says then.
Okay. Well, you'll come back in the morning to find that there's been some construction on the room. Anyone else staying in the inn that night will have heard the door open and the shouting, and Drakthar cursing at the person fleeing. And by the time Cassian returns, there's the half-orc bartender looking at you. And they're going to talk to you. You come back on in. It's a little quieter in the morning. You there!
Is Drakthar? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Drakthar is still here. In the morning, Drakthar will just be sitting at the table next to their room, chilling. You there! Did you break
Me?
that door in the middle of the night? They say to Cassian.
Yes. And I'll
Hold out a hand.
how much gold do I owe you?
2 gold for repairs.
I'll give him 10 coppers of gold, or sorry, 10 coppers of silver, 100
Yeah.
coppers of gold.
Yes.
I'll go over to Roy. Roy, I need 2 gold.
Oh, I see how it is. He gives him 2 gold.
Thank you.
Excellent.
I pay the man.
And you're gonna have to find a new inn. I've had enough from you.
I nod, and I will step outside of the inn, and I will place myself here.
Cool. Yeah, there are other inns that can be settled. So let's, we gotta do.
Vasher.
Basher, yeah. Basher. The sun comes up. The offices get refilled. And eventually the doors come to the crowd of folks. You are the first one in line. And you can head on in and be, first in line to air your grievances and bring before the city council the problems that you have and the justice that you would like to seek. So it is 3 people who are in charge of the town, or at least sitting in thrones on a raised dais, maybe 20 feet away from you. There's maybe 30 people behind you, and 4 soldiers or guards in the room to keep everything safe.
So Vasher would have thought about his plan for the morning a lot. So I'm gonna go through what he was thinking, because his goal here is to just find a sympathetic counselor and talk to and try to get a meeting with them later tonight, maybe in their house. Okay, so that's kind of where his head at is like, okay, maybe I can't get this done through the justice system, but there's got to be some other way I can convince someone to just bend some kind of rule or do something for me, right? So when he wakes up in the morning, yes, he's first in line, but he lets like 2 to 3 people go in front of him, purely so that he can suss out the legal system. So he can like stand behind them in the line and see, okay, what do people say? What are the disposition of the counselors? What is the procedure?
Right. Great. So these people are referred to as your honor or your justice or counselor of some kind. A few different honorifics that you can use. It appears that this is one of multiple branches of government. This is the court and justice system. There is also something that they call the Senate, where you have a body of 50 people who are, yearly or bi-yearly elected to serve and sort of govern and make laws. This group of folks is 3 people who are rotated out every season, and they're picked from the 50 who actually are the senators who do the legislating. And those 3 who are rotated through every season serve and do what they call menial justice, which is what this courtroom is all about. Overseeing the basic stuff of the town. If you wanted to enact a formal long-lasting change, you would take it before the Senate. But an individual's problems come here, and you show up, you explain what it is, who you are, what lands you have, if you're a citizen of the town, if you're a visitor, what your business is. So you might say, I am a potter, I own a house on blah, blah, blah street. I'm not a citizen of the town. I have a problem with the person who lives next to me who has been, dumping off their extra rainwater, which has been landing in my clay, which is causing a problem. I need you to tell these people to stop dumping their extra rainwater on my house because it's leaking and landing in my clay. It's ruining my ability to pot. And then the justice will say something like, well, rain falls on all houses, fix your fucking roof if you don't want water, or you should fix your roof, but also no one should be throwing water on one another. It would be just as easy to throw water in the street or on another roof or on their own roof. We'll have someone sort it out. And so that's sort of how the procedure goes. You just kind of make an informal or a formal plea, and they rule on it very quickly.
Okay. So the example is basically you come and you say, hey, I have a grievance with this person. So if I'm understanding what you're saying, is you go before this petty chamber. This is like the small claims court of justice, right?
Yeah.
You come forward and this is like King Solomon vibes. These guys just get to decide.
Yeah, they just get to
I
decide.
come forward and I'm like, hey, I'm going to give you an example story just so I could feel like Vasher has a good idea of the system.
Mm-hmm.
My neighbor keeps going over the line when he's cutting his grass. And I don't want my grass cut because he's cutting down my flowers. He's cutting down my lovely poppies that I've spent all this time, all this energy, all this water. And all I want from him is just like a piece of paper that tells him to stop cutting the grass because it's really causing an issue. Like my wife is at me. I'm having financial losses because I constantly have to keep replanting. Look, I know this isn't a big deal, but can you just please, can someone stamp a piece of paper, just say for him to respect my property?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they
would say something like, that sounds extremely reasonable. Property lines are here for a reason. We will, issue a warrant and send an emissary with it to deliver to this person. If they continue to cross, if they repeat this offense in the future, they will have to pay a fine of, cutting your flowers, 5 silver every time that they cut your flowers down. And unless the flowers exceed a certain amount of flowers, by which point they'll have to pay 5 silver for every, 10 square feet of flowers that they cut. And, the court will enforce this with this warrant. We'll keep a copy here for our own records. And then if they do that shit, then you come back and be like, here's the thing that you said. Remember, you've got a copy too. This is what happens. Yeah.
Okay,
and if it seems sketch, they might take someone to take a look at it. Like, well, let's go see. Are your flowers cut right now? And the person to whom they're issuing the warrant can rip it up on the spot if it feels like you're lying. They'll be possibly an intermediary to enact.
Okay, and now I'm going to try to come up with, just give me a minute here while I try to come up with something that I think would fail the legal system. What was the honorable justice like? So I would come up and be like, honorable justice, this guy he spread lies about me in the tavern, and it's affected my reputation. I demand restitution. My business has suffered, and my reputation in the community has suffered, and I implore you to help me with this.
What sort of lies were they told about you?
He said my wagons aren't worth, and I'll say something rude, like they aren't worth like a mouse's fart or a penny, blah, 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 some kind of local blah, blah.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. If people think that your equipment to your business is bad, they're more than happy to say it. As long as they're not graffitiing it on anyone's walls, that's their own opinion, and anyone is free to state their opinion wherever they want.
Right. Okay, so after spending a bit of time trying to learn the legal system, the justice system, and how to appeal, Vasher will come forward with his case, and he's thought a little bit about what he's going to say. He'll say, Your Honors, or whatever they're called, I come here before you today because I have a grievance with somebody in this town. There is a creature in this town of great evil that has done friends of mine great harm. He stole their children, wounded them, maimed them, sacrificed them, and now even plots and recruits further people from inside your town for greater harm. I am requesting that this person be removed from the town so that they will not be subject to the protection of your laws. And the reason I am asking this is because if they are not removed from the town, they will steal citizens, they will steal children, they will do untold damage to not only the economy, but the social fabric of this place. In return for this, if you give me my justice, would these people be familiar with what a paladin is?
Yes.
So I will explain that I'm a paladin of the crown, and that in exchange for this justice, after I finish my quest, I would return to this town, and swear fealty to the Senate and protect it with my life. And I would follow I would forgo my oath to my current liege and give it to this town. So I'm basically offering them the most loyal holy warrior in the world to kick one person out of town.
Anyone who would forego an oath that they've sworn to one leader to swear one to the next, not necessarily be trusted. How do we not know you'll just forswear that oath when it becomes convenient to you? Then you need something from someone else. But that's not even the point. Asking us to remove someone from a town so that they are not subject to the laws of it, the same as asking us to allow you to kill them here. Is that more or less the spirit of it? You want them kicked out so you can kill them? The same thing.
Well, it's not just that. You've missed the part where they're currently recruiting people who they're going to remove from the town and then sacrifice.
Those
While
people
that
can
crime
go
will not be-
willingly or not willingly. If they are capturing people and forcing them against their will, that's a different problem. But if they are
He targets
recruiting...
children aren't children don't possess the full faculties to make good judgment.
Children have
My
parents to
counselor.
keep care of them.
Do you have a son, counselor?
I do. I
Then I
have
will
7
introduce them
sons
to your
and 7
son.
daughters.
Very well, then I will introduce them to your sons. Thank you. And I'll leave.
Okay. Not getting the justice we hoped. We actually honestly deserve.
Question. Did any of the counselors seem sympathetic?
No. Not a one.
damn. Okay,
Yeah, this
we're going
is.
scorched earth on this fucking.
You can
town.
see that this is like a common problem that they must be having here, where you've got a legitimate beef with someone, and there's nothing you could do about it. You could have a situation where the bandits that just killed your brother are hanging out in this town, and you come across them, and you just have to abide by them while you're here, or you can just leave. But this is a very common problem that this place has, and this is how it must be. It's painful, but you can arrive back
That's
at the tavern
frustrating.
with the rest of
I'll
the party.
catch him outside.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask him, how did it go, Vasher?
Curse this fucking land.
I broke in his
When
room
we-
last night.
Well, before you say that, I'll say,
Yeah.
when we bring back current King Arnold, I will return at the head of a crusade. That I fucking swear right now.
I nod. I broke in his room last night. It's pretty easy to get through the doors. I don't know if you want to do that tonight, kill him, and then get out of here.
Roy is right. Sometimes justice waits.
You think it's fate that we'll find
We
him
need-
again?
The problem is, we have to deal with Drakthar, but they're not dumb. They're flaunting it openly in this town. They know they're untouchable, and if we do anything to touch them, we become persona non grata. We will also be dead.
Maybe we find Drakthar's, it doesn't seem like he's training them in the city. Maybe we go there and wait for him?
I think I have a similar idea. If Drakthar can recruit, so can we. We just start recruiting our own cult of justice. Velmentarius is a god, just like Ponos.
I
We
agree,
go
but
around.
We have to
we
keep our
find his-
mind on the mission.
Am I
can't
part of this
sit here-
conversation?
No, it's
If
outside.
I'll say to him, look, if we bring back Arnold, and Drakthar is indeed powerful enough to end the world, is that not a bigger mission? What is
Yes,
the
but
point?
we have no reason to believe that Drakthar can actually end the world.
I mean,
This is a moron with a tentacle who I broke into last night.
Martha has descended from the heavens. Who knows what could be happening here? Maybe
Sure,
they
I
are
pointed
just
at
a
the guy on the
crazy
street. Maybe he could be the end of the world. We only know what we know, and I know that
Vasher
King
will like
Arnold bring-
instinctively reach for his sword, thinking he was being serious, but then realize that he was just making a point.
We need to either deal with him quick and be on our way, or we abandon our mission. I shrug. Every day that we wait, things back home get worse and worse.
You're right. But I've overlooked so much evil.
There's no
In this
justice
place.
in this land. Why don't we just sneak in there tonight, and you can deal it yourself, then we can get on. Keep going.
Okay, but we should make a plan for escape. A very solid plan.
I know.
While the two of you are outside talking, Roy, you will be approached by those people who were, looking to hear the stories about you, including a bard, and they will all like kind of come up and line up near you in the tavern. And
Hell
as
yeah.
you're sitting here with the others, having your meal, look waitingly, expectantly, like, can we talk to you? And they're like talking amongst themselves and pointing over, and one of them, finally brave enough, steps forward and goes, "Hi, excuse me, you must be Roy in the Waystars?
That's me. I'm Roy.
We have heard so much about you. There have been people coming through town for weeks now talking about Roy and the Waystars, and then Saffron Shadowwalker, one of my favorite heroes, came through as well. She said that she helped you defeat an entire village that was under attack of bandits."
Yes, indeed. It was, friends. It was quite the battle. Roy will tell the story in detail.
They listen, excited. The bard seems to be taking like mental notes as they go along. And one of the followers will eventually pep him and be like, and is it true? Is it true that you're on your way to get a scroll of resurrection to bring back some great king?
That's right. That's right. King Arnold.
Wow. Where's the scroll?
Well, we don't quite know, but
Wait,
we're on a
sorry.
mission to find it.
When they ask that, I fucking elbow Roy in the ribs. Just so he knows not to tell the location of the fucking scroll.
Roy will look at you and be like, "Oh, yeah. We don't quite know yet. It's quite the mystical item known from legends, but we are on our way to find it, and it might take some more time, but that's our purpose. That's why we're out here."
The
But-
bard will step forward and, sort of cutting you off, says, "Would you mind if I joined with you? Sounds like an interesting story. I would be happy to. I would love to come along and record it for my own tales."
Bard who wants to. Yeah. I look over at Sturmir. I'm like,
Sturmir's
music.
silent. He's speechless.
No, really? Wait.
Oh, no, you're
I'm
good.
on
You're
sorry.
good.
"No, you're
Yeah.
good."
I think I know this is a big deal for Roy, so I don't want to say no to him, but it is a terrible idea. So I think I sort of like stare into my beer and just like shake my head a little bit, but it's only partially because I can live with it.
You see, I mean, I would be honored to have you with me. Obviously,
Thank you
I
so
have to-
much. I can't wait. Oh, okay. Well,
Obviously,
I like
but
to work out of this
before-
town, so I'll just our tavern. So I'll come by, and when you leave, well, then maybe we can take off together. Where are we headed? How many supplies do we need? Are we going upriver or downriver? Because if we're gonna go through the desert or the Badlands, I'm gonna need some extra gear.
Yeah,
We're going through the Badlands, I say to him.
Great.
Yeah, Roy was going to, but he can't say no. He's so down. While he has the people here though, wait, is that? I'm sorry, I'm confused. Is Drakthar sitting at
You
that
guys are
table?
keeping an eye on Drakthar,
Yeah,
right?
we're keeping
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if he's like at the table.
Yeah, he's totally at the table.
While all these people are around me, I'm just gonna point to Drakthar, and I'm gonna be like, "Do you guys want to hear another story of ours?"
We've already heard Drakthar's stories about how Ponos, god of suffering, is one of the two guardians of humanity, how they help with us poor people who are at the bottom of society dealing with our problems. And I've actually made a couple of donations to Drakthar. Hi, Drakthar.
Okay, Roy still wants to tell their story from their perspective, including the, mutilated and murdered children, and he wants to make the story as harrowing as possible.
And you'll get interrupted as you start to tell it. And Drakthar will be like, "That's not even how... These people showed up to my recruiting grounds and just started killing. They killed my acolytes. They killed my summoned creatures. They killed the gifts of Ponos. These are monsters. They're murderers. You see the token of my suffering? The symbols of my pain? The hardship I have suffered?" Like raising the tentacle into the air. "This is what I've given up in order to make myself a better person. This is what I've given up to help other people ease their suffering. And they've done nothing but end immediately the light of life."
You are disgusting, and you are a liar and a child murderer, and you murdered the children, and you killed them, and transformed them, and then also murdered them. So, I'm just putting this out there, guys. This guy kills children, He takes them away, kidnaps them, and then he kills them.
I train the youth. I do not sacrifice children. Not unless they've been given to me to be sacrificed.
Well, that's worrying in of itself. I'd just like to... You've heard the big stories, and I will reference some stories from this region of heroes that have stopped the evil. who do you think sounds like who here? What do you think what part of the story do you think he sounds like? I say, motioning at also the tentacle arm. What does he look like? And what do we sound? I ask at the bar directly. From the stories that you tell, what vibe are you getting?
Well, I mean, the way that you explain it makes it sound pretty bad. But what Drakthar was saying earlier sounded pretty reasonable, actually. Well, why don't you tell him what you were saying earlier? And Drakthar will get up and dust off her robes and place her floppy tentacle on the table.
That's rude.
Suffering. Suffering. We all suffer. It is our lot
Especially
in this
the
world.
kids you killed. A lot of kids.
Malchus, the creator of humanity, partnered with many other gods, and Ponos was one of them. Of all people, of all creatures, that is the lot of humanity to suffer the most. The cow in the pasture knows not of its fate. It knows no anxiety. It knows no fear.
I lean over to like someone at another table and this guy killed a lot of kids, by the way. I'm just...
The cow is ignorant and oblivious of its doom. We, higher creatures, are well aware of our pains. We're well aware of our fates. We have bonds that exist only to cause us suffering. We're born into this world, and those of us unfortunate enough not to be born with a silver spoon in their mouth, what do we do through our lives? We hurt.
Kill children, apparently. What you do?
We bleed. We watch our friends grow sick and old and die around
Squid
us.
person. Disgusting, floppy squid person. I say, looking at him.
Each of us suffers great pains. And Ponos is the god of alleviating those pains. Ponos is the god who can take your suffering, end it. And can end it in many ways. I, myself, grew up in a poor household. My family was dead before I was 5. Plague ravaged through our town. I was born with this cursed arm. He points to the tentacle, but it looked not like this. It was shriveled. It was weak. It was only one bone surrounded by thin skin with no muscle on it. I spent my childhood with one sad, demented, little pathetic arm that could do me no good and stood in my way. But I turned my gaze. I turned my gaze to the stars, to the gods, and I begged them for help. I begged them to alleviate my pain. No one should have to see their family die of plague. No one should have to go about their existence with a deformity that straps them to the ground. Ponos answered my words. Ponos turned my deformed arm into this magnificent, he kind of waves, she waves the tentacle around a little bit, tool
Appendage.
with which I can grasp and grab. And yet, Ponos shows me life is still pain. For even though I have become a full, capable person now, look how these people judge me. They see this arm. They see these teeth. They see the scars of my face. And they assume I am evil. They hear that children have joined my cause. And they assume I've sacrificed them. They assume I've turned children into demons. These fools, they know nothing. All they
Then
do
Drakthar,
is show
tell
up.
us what happened to the children then.
Yeah,
They
what
are training
happened? What exactly?
at all my facilities.
Well,
like
they
I would
weren't
do with
there.
all of. It's
There was
not.
no children there. Was there? I didn't see any
You
children.
came into my guest house and slaughtered everyone there. You slaughtered my recruiters. You slaughtered my servants. You slaughtered my hound. None of those were children. Did you see a
So
child
where are
amongst
the
them?
kids? Do they live? Their parents wish to see them again.
You say the
Maybe we
kids
can
as if there was
settle
a
this all up.
single. You say the kids as if I just walk around picking up children from homes. No, I take recruits. Some of them happen to be 16 years old. Some of them happen to be young-ish people. It's not like there's 4-year-olds being thrown into boiling pits. It's nothing like that. The
I understand
youth-
that, Drakthar. Answer the question.
adults-
Where are the 16-year-olds from inside?
Why would I tell you? You just murdered all of my people. Why would I tell you where the rest of them are? You're just serial killers.
Wait, the parents want to see them again though. What about them? Do you not want to The
The
give them
kids
back?
ran away from home. It's not my job to reunite children who are running away from abusive parents. How could you do that? How could you return children to a bad home? What's wrong with you? Why do you want to continue the pain and suffering of the world? Do you think happy children just leave their homes and leave the safety of walls to go join a cult of suffering? No, they left because they were in pain, because they lived terrible, hard lives.
Or because they were lied to, groomed,
Cleric.
tricked.
Cleric, look at me. I am of God. I am a cleric of Ponos. I am a creature of the gods, just like you. I no more lie to you about my deity's purpose than you would lie to me about your deity's purpose.
The
What we
problem with
need to
you,
do,
Drakthar,
what all of us need to do, is bring back the glory of humanity. Bring back the powers of humanity. Bring back Drexel. The greatest
Right.
mage to ever live. The one who saved us from our doom during the War of Creation. The one who sided with Malchus, father of all humanity, in order to preserve our species against...
This is revisionism. Drexel was a lich. Sought the end of the world, much like yourself. I've heard you say as much.
sought not the end of the world. He sought
we
the
hear-
end of the way of the gods. You can probably hear this by now. Like, you know, there's
Yeah,
an
I was
uproar
gonna say,
happening
like,
in the inn.
Because he's gonna say something. Cassian's gonna say to Vasher, "Do you hear? He's in there on his pulpit, and I don't think anybody's pushing back. He's just doing his speech freely. Can we really just let this happen?"
Basher will look around
Or
if there's
walking.
are there any guards nearby?
No, the guard who was posted here yesterday has since left.
How full is the tavern?
It's early in the day, so it's not very full at all. It's actually, you know, 1/10 full. If there's room, if there's seating for 80 people, maybe not 1/10. If there's seating for 80 people, there's maybe 15 people inside, and almost all of them are around this table. Most of them are folks here to talk to Roy. In fact,
Okay.
I will ask Cassian, do we do it now or do we just interrupt them?
Let's go to break, and then we'll figure it out on the other side.
Wait,
Sounds
can I
good.
finish
You
it?
can do your
oh
thing,
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I say to Drakthar, your issue, Drakthar, is you're blinded by Ponos. You only see one god's will, one god's aims, one god's needs. You need to look to the heavens, to the stars, and reflect on the domains of all the other gods in the pantheon. Where is your love for Martha, your love for life, kindness, forgiveness, justice, beauty? You are lost in a spiral of hatred and suffering. The right thing to do would be to put you out of your suffering and save us all the bother.
Shakes his head. I'm here to save those who cannot save themselves. I'm here to alleviate the pains of the others.
By what method?
Ah, by what method? I think that's probably a
He
great time
speaks
for.
of murder, I say. Okay.
I think this is a great time for a
Jeez.
break. We'll come back
Yeah.
with a little more. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Roy and the Waystars.
Just for all the chatters who are gonna eventually be like, "Oh, well, why didn't they just wait? Like, why are they like going in there and killing him?" Because if you go back 2 episodes ago, it's really hard for my character, and I think Vasher's character, to just let what happened go. Cassian sees right now that they're probably not going to get any justice, and this person isn't just going to fucking leave. And if anything, the people had a better reception to him than they did of them, and now he's in there on his pulpit. So that's why Cassian is going to go in there.
He's
And,
pre-fighting in the trenches right now.
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to get that guy out there.
But also to like even talk a little bit about like Vasher's motivations. Like if you imagine this is Paladin of the Crown, sworn to a king against slavery, murder, demons, all this stuff. Like he literally, his oath is about like law, loyalty, willing to do what needs to be done, even in the face of overwhelming odds, and dealing with the consequences of his actions. This is like bread and butter. Like this is almost Vasher bait. Like he actually can't walk away with this person alive, I think, in character.
Well,
If you're supposed to uphold law, though, the law of the
Yeah,
land
exactly.
says.
Well, So-
His own law. It's not
specifically the law of my sovereign.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure that was clear.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's go back into the RP. I think I'm currently arguing with Drakthar about. I was saying stuff about how he's blinded by. Only
Yeah, you would
following
ask
one
Drakthar
class.
to explain what they were going to do about something, or what their plan was. What was
to
that?
end everyone's suffering.
Yeah. Well, how
was
did
his plan?
you? What was that? What
I think
you
he
were
was
saying?
just. I think he was just going off on one about how he's going to
Mhm.
end everyone's suffering, and I think I asked him to, how exactly do you intend to do that? Because I think his plan is to. Oh no, he was talking about bringing back Drexel the Lich, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was talking about bringing back Drexel the Lich, and then I think we were
She.
coming in because you were
She.
talking. Yeah, sorry, she.
Yeah,
And you were talking about things, so then we started coming in.
I think as he makes that statement, I like stand up angrily from my chair and walk over to the bar to get a drink.
Mhm.
And then you can probably switch back to the others.
So Drakthar will stand, say, in the beginning, the gods created the world and created the creatures and created the animals and created the peoples. Malchus is the father of humanity. And when the gods decided they wanted to strip people of their will, when the
I'm
gods
doing the
wanted,
thing where I'm moving my token.
yeah, you're moving in. When the
Oh,
gods
shit, you rolled a
wanted,
9. Oh fuck.
when the gods wanted to make humans bend to their desires, Malchus stood up for the individual. Malchus stood up for us, for all us
Roy
people.
wants to try to just talk over him and tell a different story.
Silence, whelp! I listened to your story, now you listen to mine.
No. I have a lot of people here who actually want to listen to my story. Isn't that right? Who
Don't
wants
speak
who
to
wants
Roy
hear
like
the
that.
story of Roy and the Waystars. Can I hear it for Roy and the Waystars?
Drakthar is now, looking at these people who are walking towards him.
What's the
We're done
crowd's
listening to your
reaction?
story.
Are they supportive of me?
Hold on,
Do they-
wait. Before you walk all the way around, did you draw your sword right here, Cassian?
Yeah. Cassian
Okay.
says we're done listening to your
I
story.
think you
and
were
he's gonna do
at
it.
this point, Vasher, when that happened. So I think it's at this point we roll initiative.
I hit you with the 20 in initiative already. Is that okay? I just rolled it.
If you just rolled it, then you just rolled it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna be doing my fighting spirit, which is gonna give me advantages on all these attacks. So I'm taking that off, and I'm getting extra 5 temporary hit points. Here you go. I'm also gonna be using my Great Weapon Mastery feat, so I'm taking -5 to hit, adding 10 to the damage. This is gonna be at advantage. So here you go. 13
Is a hit.
It's
for 21.
holy shit.
Oh
my
God. What the fuck?
I'm gonna be action surging here
Mm-hmm.
and doing the same thing
Oh, it does plus 10 damage. Oh my god.
gonna be a
it's so
16.
strong.
Hit.
for 22.
Wait, is that actually
Jesus.
counting the -5? Holy shit, it is as well. God damn.
Yeah. Steermere.
Some shit's going down. Fuck. How many people are around me in the bar?
Not very many. I'm gonna actually have to add tokens now just to cover the additional patrons since combat is starting.
Oh fuck. I cast Guiding Bolt at Drakthar. 18 for 8 damage. 8 damage.
Man, that's really
2 1 1.
Yeah,
One.
2 1s. Oof.
Jesus.
2 1s and a 2.
Sucks.
That's,
That sucks.
it's a good spell though.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is going to torpedo our reputation, though. This is not
I know.
good for the campaign.
Who cares about our fucking reputation?
Our reputation doesn't do anything in this land, I don't think.
True.
No, I think
Anything
it
it
needs
just gets
it.
people jerking.
I think it does. It does do a lot, but I don't think we necessarily need it
I don't think we need it.
for what we're trying to do.
It could do two things, because like the people back in that other place could be like, oh, they actually did it. They went and at all costs like did it, and that word could spread. But I think the immediate thing is
There's more people here.
Roy Waystar's bad. Da, 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 da. We'll just see how it trickles through.
What's Drakthar doing?
It's a list.
Looking at the spell list. Did not expect this battle.
You know what I didn't expect? All the rewards that I saw when I head on over to patreon.com/save or die. There's an after show you can go to. It'll happen after the stream. You can send in questions. What else can they do, Moot?
So many other things, man. You already know.
The after show.
Yeah, the after show, we have a monthly Patreon call with the higher tiers. It's usually me and Nick, but everybody's always invited. So yeah, that's gonna happen one of these Sundays coming up. Make sure you keep an eye out.
Evard's Black Tentacles! That's what we're going with.
I'm sorry, DC 27.
You sure that's right?
No, that's
That's a dexterity save.
that is
Yeah, no, that's
mistake.
not right.
It should be DC 14.
Dex
Sorry.
save.
Yeah.
I think it added 14 to the DC 14.
So you want
here
a dex saving throw from...
Well, not yet. I think it's when a creature enters the area or starts its turn there. But to start, the area, this 20-foot square area begins to be filled with these writhing black tentacles. Where is... Looking for my token. Go.
Okay. Want to be conscious of the time here, Neil. This has been about 3 seconds so far.
Been 3 seconds.
Yes? I'm not sure what you're trying to get at with that.
The
Well,
guard.
we're just trying to. Yeah, we're just
Oh,
thinking
the
about the
guards.
guards.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
This has been 3 seconds.
Right. Okay, so 20-foot square
You're about to kill a bunch of innocents here.
is
Oh, yeah.
about...
Yeah, he's the bad guy. He attacked us.
20-foot square on the ground. You can see within range. Creature enters
Oh,
the
that's
turn or starts it. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to plop it like this.
Does that include himself being
Well-
targeted by this?
When a creature
not?
enters the affected area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So Drakthar can cast it here and then take a move action out and not have to make the save. And
Oh.
in fact,
He will take an attack of opportunity.
No,
doing
just let him
that.
do it.
we're going to
Just
do
let him
this.
do it.
Yes, we will back ourselves in this direction, taking an attack of opportunity, which you can roll at -5 if you want.
Yeah, hold on. I'm thinking.
You don't have advantage anymore, do you?
Don't have advantage anymore. I shouldn't. No. -5. It's probably better just to roll it, huh? But
You
I'm
won't
a
kill him with
risker,
a
man.
normal hit.
I'm
Yeah.
a risker. So here you go. Great Weapon Master.
Oh.
Miss. Whoosh.
It would have hit too.
It would have hit.
Yeah.
And then we will at this range. Ooh, 40 feet. Range is 50 feet for tentacle, and there's one person in the way, so you have +2 to your AC. Steermere, you
In the
are
way?
going
There's
to
two people, no?
be. That's one person.
It's one, sure. okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
well,
gonna be.
remember that,
Hang on. One person and some steps.
Yeah, but they're like
True.
2 feet off the ground steps. That's the first 2 steps, maybe. You know, that's not.
3 chairs and a table.
The chairs
like
are all
an-
below
hold on,
tentacle
hold on, I wanna-
range.
And a giant tentacle.
The chairs,
miss-
those are all
He
below
misses.
tentacle height.
It missed, but I
hold
would
on.
like to argue.
Steermer, did you have a shield out? I don't think you're wearing your shield. Your AC is 11 right now, sir.
Can I just say, it's still in that
Fair
token
enough.
square. It still clips it. Would we really
you-
not count this?
But
as
you've
two-
not minus.
Oh,
but
well,
you've
yeah,
not
you
minus
get
the
+2 to
2.
your AC for your
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the person. Yeah, so it does a miss. Okay. Yeah, it brushes past this woman right here, who deflects it just enough that you are not hit by the tentacle.
Oh, thanks.
I want someone skilled in CAD to take a screenshot of this scene and recreate it in CAD, and I want you to just show the viewpoint from Drakthar to this bar. Okay? And you tell me if you could make this hit.
Oh yeah. What about
Oh my
what about from the
God.
tentacle?
You guys. Okay, so I think
dead.
that's all she can do. So that's 1, 2 feet of movement. Where are we gonna go? I think we're
wait.
done here.
Wait,
Yeah?
hang on. Moot's got advantage as an attack because of guiding bolt.
That already
Oh.
does he? Let me
Yeah, I
guide.
think that's what guiding bolt
Can
does.
you read it? On hit, the
Yeah.
target takes.
The next
And the
attack
next
roll
attack
made against
roll.
this target before the end of your next turn has advantage.
Make your attack roll again, Mr.
Oh.
Mouton.
Hit.
Fuck yeah.
Good job, Nick. Or good job, chat.
Yeah, good job.
22.
Oh,
Boom.
Jesus. Okay.
Close.
Oh my god, he's
Roy.
still alive.
Yeah.
Roy, make
Right,
me a
he gets
dexterity
attacked by
saving
its
throw.
tentacles. Yeah.
DC 14.
Can I just Misty Step out of this?
No. Well, first you have to make the
Make the
dex save, regardless of whether you're going to Misty Step or not. So you fail. You will take 3 d6 bludgeoning
3d6
damage,
Bludgeoning damage. Could get him.
which is 13, and he's down.
Wait, can I? I'm technically adjacent to him. Can I intercept
Well,
this damage?
there goes the
It is not an attack, right?
Damn,
You can
okay.
intercept
I also
attacks.
can't shield it. Like,
Nope, it's
Yeah.
a saving throw. Roy's down. Vasher to lat.
Oh, wait, concentration for tentacles?
That's true. I did hit. It is
Rude.
concentration.
Yep.
Yes, and you hit for how
Sorry.
much? 22?
22.
So it's going to be a DC 11 Constitution save.
That's it.
Yeah, it's half the damage or 10.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, natural 20. Yeah.
Come on.
Damn.
Okay.
Neil just went behind the scenes there and just ratcheted up that RNG to give him that opportunity. That's why it took him so long to do that roll. He was editing the code.
oh, I had such a good fucking turn.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry. But you're unconscious, and next round you get to make death saves.
Asher.
Good luck.
All right.
Ooh, hold on. Good thing
I
to
am-
note, Vasher, that your buddy's still restrained. You have to make your deck save. And he will start taking damage on his next turn, which will auto-fail him
shit.
saving throws. If you don't
Best
get
thing you can
Roy
do
out
is-
of here, he's going to
no.
die.
Wow.
Or if he kills.
Or if he
Drakthar.
kills the guy.
Sure.
Wait, question, Neil. We've made it so that Vika now moves with my initiative, right?
Yes. Vika also has to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Your Vika goes again. Oh no. 50 gold. Oh no, it's 15 gold.
It was 10 gold, actually.
Oh, okay.
Where do
Come on,
I?
bargain. A bargain.
Just click the
A bargain.
Vika's dex. I don't think they have specific saves.
Yeah.
Woo!
Vika passes. Can Vika attack?
Yeah,
No.
Vika can do shit.
Not make
no?
attack
He can attack,
actions, though. Yeah.
but he can like. Didn't we have a thing where he like
Distract.
annoys
give
him and then
advantage.
like gives him
Yeah.
disadvantage?
So when a creature, blah blah blah, dex save
can
or
help
is
and give
restrained. Okay, so the area is just difficult terrain. Vika is not restrained, and Vika can take a full turn.
Wait, it also says here I have a bite attack, right?
Yeah, but
Isn't that new?
Find Familiar says you cannot use
you're
an
right.
attack
Yeah.
action.
Okay, yeah, he's just gonna go up and he's gonna annoy him.
Cool. All right. Okay. Now it's really Vasher's turn, I swear.
Dex check.
Dex save.
Okay.
DC 14.
Let's go.
Oh, you are restrained by the
Fucking brutal.
tentacles.
Such a cool spell list.
Do I have anything that helps with this? God, no. And restraint just literally ends my turn, doesn't it?
No, you can. You have disadvantage on attacks. Attacks against you have advantage. You have disadvantage
can
on
move, right?
saves and stuff. No, you can't move. Your speed is 0.
Can't move.
Yeah.
How
and you
much
take 9
damage do-
damage.
Okay, so I'm down. Let me have a little think because I was hoping I would pass that. So, okay. Do I have any ranged attacks? I probably couldn't draw a bow and shoot it. I'm restrained. So, what are the limitations that are on my character right now? I can't.
Your
move.
creature's speed is 0, and you can't benefit from any bonus to your speed. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. You have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. And that is it. You can use your action to make a strength or dex check, not a save, against the DC to escape.
And I would know that if I don't do anything, that Roy is basically guaranteed dead here.
Maybe not guaranteed. I'm looking up the specific rules.
I think he fails. He'll say it fail once per round,
Yeah.
basically.
He can still touch Roy though. No. Can you
I-
grab
yeah,
him? You could lay on hands, Roy, and that'd be good.
yeah. That's what I'm basically. I'm
Yes.
asking, like, if I think Roy could die next turn, then I would very clearly try to save his life. That's what the mechanics here actually matter.
Yeah, I'm looking up the.
So he gets one failed death save, I think, every time he takes damage when he's already down.
I just wish I had a ranged attack of some kind. I need like ranged smite.
Yep, if you take any damage while you're at 0 HP, you suffer a death saving throw failure. If the damage is from a critical hit, you suffer 2 failures. So if you do nothing, he will take
Die.
1 death save failure, and then if he rolls a 1 on his death saves, he dies.
He dies.
If he dies,
That is
he
a
dies.
5% chance of death.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the
I'm
other
gonna handle
hand,
it
if
here.
you heal him, he's just going to take 3d6 bludgeoning damage at the start of his turn again.
Go back down.
Yes, but he won't die.
Yes. Now, do we care about Roy? He's a spoiled brat.
But on the other hand, if I can somehow get to him and stop him here this turn, but I would use my action. That's the problem. No, I wouldn't
Yes.
have an action.
Yes.
So, assessing the situation with no way to get to him and nothing I can do except for potentially prevent Roy's immediate death. Ooh, do I have any bonus action spells? Hold on, just checking. I'm really trying to find something I could do here. Command is a bonus action. No. Compelled duel is a bonus action.
That wouldn't be
Yeah, I have
bad.
a question.
Yeah.
A bonus action compelled duel and then lay on hands Waystar for I guess 1 I just need to give him 1 HP so that he's alive, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's either
I'll give
1
him
or
1
11,
HP.
right?
Yeah, it's 1 or 11 and those dice have not been kind, so I'm just going to give him 1 HP.
I just want you to keep in mind, out of character, that if it goes to his next turn and he takes 10 over, I think he instantly dies. Is that correct?
Oh,
No. He has to go to negative 11,
It's true.
which
Yeah,
I don't
so
think
if he
is.
takes 11 damage next turn,
That's
Yeah.
true.
12.
That's
which is
yeah, but if he's
worse.
healed to 1 and he takes 12
And he takes
damage
12.
on 3d6, which is not unlikely.
Wow.
Correct.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so
if
healing
I-
him to 1 is dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I knew there was a chance that he could die, then I will just give him 11 health. So I have 4 lay on hands left.
Okay.
I give him a chance to get out.
Yep.
There you go.
11
What is the
HP.
crowd's reaction to Roy being downed?
Oh, excellent. I will
Oh.
add a crowd on initiative 0. But
Roy!
I mean, they see that you all, but one of you drew weapons and attacked this man. And so,
Man,
firstly,
is a strong word.
woman, sorry. Firstly, they're horrified that there's combat breaking out and they want to save themselves. And secondly, they know who the aggressors are.
I'm also going to do compelled duel, by the way, just to be clear on them. So they need to make a wisdom saving throw 13 or higher.
They're gonna have high wisdom.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
okay.
My
They are
turn?
compelled. The people go. Ah!
Fear not.
Yep. Essentially, they're going to all sort of bolt. The bartender is also going to bolt out the back door. Cool. The inn is abandoned. It's just you guys. Cassian, dex
saving
save,
throw.
dex save, dex save, dex save.
Oh,
You
yeah.
are restrained.
Fuck.
I'm gonna throw my
Oh,
spit.
13 damage.
Thank you. I'll take that off in a second. I have an axe. Can I grab the axe on my side and throw it at him?
I suppose you have disadvantage on the attack roll.
It's fine. I'm gonna use a fighting spirit here, so I will add 5 more temporary hit points. I will lose 1 more fighting spirit, and I will have regular attack on this. Well,
That's it. That's the number you needed to roll.
9.
Boom. That's it.
Drakthar
Tentacles go.
will fall unconscious.
Quickly, we need to leave, and I will start.
It's my turn next, right?
Yep.
Yes.
it is.
Neil,
Well,
is
hold
there,
on. The restraint ends. Cassian, you still have movement.
I will say quickly, need to leave. And
We also need to make sure they're dead.
I will. Yeah. I'm gonna
And-
go up here.
loot them, loot that room.
I don't think Cassian would loot it. I'm so sorry. I'm going to attack with a great weapon. I mean,
Didn't
it's
you
not a hit,
already make all your attacks this round?
right? Oh yeah. I
Oh
guess
no,
I
you get
can't.
2 attacks. No, that's not until 5,
Yeah.
right?
Hold on. Let
That's
me
not
read.
till 5, I don't think.
Yeah, 5th
Yeah,
level
but
is when
great
you get-
weapon mastery. On your turn, when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon, or reduce a creature to 0 hit points with one.
Yeah,
can
but
make one
it
melee
was a
weapon attack
ranged
as a
weapon.
bonus as a bonus action.
Oh. Yeah, you
Or
threw
reduce
the axe.
With one. Yep, you're right. I can't attack this round then, so I will go up here and I will hover over with a sword.
Steermere.
All right, out the back door, lads. I cast at level 2 fog cloud out the front of the inn.
Okay.
We need to get the horses.
There's no time for that, is there?
He
12
might be able to
seconds
get
have
his
passed.
horse. Yeah,
I can-
it has been like 12 seconds. You're right.
I can cast
Oh.
Long Strider on everyone if we want to. I don't
Well,
know if
why don't
me
we
casting it takes too much time.
Yeah,
Just go in
let's-
order. Go in order of turns.
Let's just go in order. What are you gonna do, not Cassian?
It's
Steermere.
Roy.
Are the horses where they are on the map here? Are they right
No,
outside
those are
the
someone
front of the
else's
inn?
horses.
Okay.
Yours
Where
are probably
where
around
are-
the corners, tucked in a what would you call it? A barn, I would say, a stall, a series of stalls.
Yeah, okay.
Camels.
I've cast fog cloud at level 2. That makes it 40 feet radius. It says a point in range, which is 120 feet.
Yeah.
So I would like to do it 40
Well, you have to also
feet away.
be able to see it. You need line of sight
Yeah.
to it. So you can do
So
like right
it-
here. It's cool.
There's no like window or something like that in the door.
Yeah,
or-
but you've got to do out the
There's
window.
but there's people like running out of the door now.
Yeah. They haven't actually left the door. They're all still
Oh.
in the building.
Can I
if
wait?
You can
Because
see their token.
can I would like to cast. I just want to cover more area outside, so I'd like to target.
You want to
it 40
ready
feet away
your?
from the
You're gonna
door.
stand there and ready your action to cast fog cloud when they open the doors.
There you go. Yeah,
Perfect. That's what we're looking for. And it's 40-foot radius.
yeah, because I'm casting at level 2.
Sweetie pie. 5, 70, 75, 80. So it's gonna be
see the
about
death
this
there.
big, and you're gonna make it like that.
Yeah. So my plan is to make the guards think that we've left out the front and we actually sneak out the back.
Cool.
There is a back door. We know about a back door.
Yeah, I just
there's
saw
definitely
the
a back
chef. I just saw the orc leave out of it.
All right. Death saving throws.
No, everyone's up.
Oh no.
Rakthar has
Neil.
one.
Rakthar.
Oh. Okay.
Natural 20, baby. Okay.
All right. Pika.
Vika doesn't do anything this turn.
Roy.
Yeah. Okay. I will.
Finish him off.
Yeah, but I have to give him Dragon Breath first if Vika wants to finish him off. Okay. Is it? The thing is, Vasher can just finish him off next turn. I think I have better things to do with my actions.
Okay.
I will cast as a bonus action Expeditious Retreat on myself,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
and then touching.
You can't cast
Okay.
two spells. Can't cast two spells.
You can't. You
Well-
only one spell. Yeah.
Even if one is a bonus
Yeah.
action, one is an
The
action.
other one has to be
Yeah.
a cantrip. So you could cast any of your cantrips.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, sure, fine. Then I'm gonna fucking Firebolt Rakthar, I guess.
All right. Disadvantage on the attack roll since he's prone, but you can do it.
Can't miss, can he?
He can't miss. He's
Yes,
not
you
moving.
can.
He's fucking dead.
He doesn't get his dex to his AC, so it's just 10, but you have disadvantage because he's prone and you're more than 5 feet away. Yeah. Yes. She fails a death saving throw. Where is it? Minus. All right. Vasher.
I will approach the fiend and ram my longsword into their chest, trying to cut it open.
You have an advantage on the
Uh,
attack since you're over her, and her AC is only 10.
Specifically, I'm trying to strike for the heart. I'm trying to end this
Understand.
creature's life. So advantage with a. I guess I would be holding it in one hand. Boom, 19 to hit.
Yep. You stab through the creature. Blood flows forth from the wound across the neck. There's like gurgling gasps as the lungs are continuing to pump air in and out, but just barely. This thing is almost completely dead. One more blow will absolutely finish it off.
If
Cassian?
I
Oh,
do a smite here, would that finish it?
No.
Okay.
Here's my attack. I'm not doing great weapon mastery here.
To
14.
hit.
14.
That is 3 failed death saving throws. She's
Do
dead.
they have like a pendant or anything on them?
You'll have to stop and spend a round searching the body with an action.
Nope. I run out the back door. My movement. So I will get to. Ooh, not
That's
that
the
way.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's out the back here.
There's
Go like
couple-
here. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can step out of initiative, right? The guards, this has only been like 12 seconds or something, 18 seconds. So the party slays Drakthar, and then
Really quick. Yeah. So, I have Expeditious Retreat on myself.
yes,
It reads that as a bonus action on all of my turns for the next 10 minutes, I can dash.
Mhm.
I assume this out of combat, this kind of means I just move at twice the pace I normally move, correct?
you move 50% faster because you can always
50%
move
faster.
and dash as an action. So now you move action dash, bonus action dash.
Okay. So I'm currently faster than everyone else, right?
Yes, by 50%.
So I would like have time to like run, but also cast Longstrider touching each of them as
yes,
we go.
you can keep up
right?
with the party while casting
Yeah.
spells on them. Absolutely.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so as we move, I have 4 spell slots, level 1. I need 3 to cast 3 Longstriders on everyone, so I want to do that as we go. Sorry, this is my 4th one because Expeditious Retreat is obviously also a spell slot.
Right. Okay, cool. So the 3 other party members have Longstrider. You have Expeditious Retreat. The whole party is moving now much faster than you would normally would.
Yes.
We're running to our mount and we're leaving the city.
All right.
At the
On
very least, I'm
mounts,
getting my horse.
grabbing the horse, grabbing the camels, leaving the carts with all the loot that's unsold behind. The party takes off. Now, in your very brief time in the city, you've seen that there, from the towers along the walls, there are 2 land exits out of the town. It's also on the river, so you know there's boats and there's probably boat exits. You know that the Badlands that you're supposed to be going to is on the other side of the river. Otherwise, the land exit south where you came or north up the river into what you vaguely heard as like there's dwarves up there somewhere, but you don't actually know anything about what's north beyond this town. But you do know the way you need to go is on the opposite side of the river.
So,
Where
quick
to?
question: Where's Plax?
Somewhere in town.
Oh,
Flax is
okay.
getting the cart. That's his.
Here's the thing. It's been like less than a minute, right? So
Well, we're
nobody
running.
knows-
We're casting
Yeah, we're
spells.
running.
We're on the go. Where are we going?
So nobody knows we've done this. Can't we just
Yeah, no.
saunter out of town to the north? Like
We need to
nobody knows
cross the
what this is.
bridge towards the Badlands. We won't
Yeah,
be
we
able to
wanna
cross
There's no
the river.
bridge
We
over
wanna
the river.
ourselves.
It's a huge river.
Okay, then we
It's
go
the
north.
same. No.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then we go north. We leave.
We go north.
Oh
Okay.
wait, we can't cross?
Not yet.
You would need a boat
Yeah,
to
there'll be a
cross the
bridge.
river.
There will be something.
Yeah. Okay.
We're
Out of town.
Are we on Mount? Okay, wait, we're out.
Wait. Can we not bring the cart then? If we're willing to hand wave this, can we not bring the cart?
Well, it's a matter of time, because if you're gonna stop and get everyone out and get all the animals out and hitch up the cart to the animals and everything, it might take a few minutes. You know, that's not 6 seconds to hitch a cart to a mule. Mules are kind of stubborn. If you are going to stop to collect all of your carts and everything, we're gonna have to start making checks to see if you're gonna run into guards, because people are shouting, you know.
Yeah, okay.
It's a mess.
not worth our life.
If
I
you
think-
bounce right now, you can probably get out that north exit without, like, before Edward reaches the gate. But
Oh.
it's an
Well, I
organized
think
city.
my fog cloud-
I think we just go.
You just
Did
go.
my fog cloud go off?
Yeah, absolutely.
For the spell slot. Okay. Yeah, let's just go then.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're out.
The party can exit town because you're making it a priority, and you can get out before any guards. Well, not before the guards are alerted to this thing, but before word reaches the gates that they need to be shut
Yeah.
because there's murderers. The party can exit. We are
Well.
going to be north of town. We're going to be on the edge of the desert. You got a
Minus
river
one
to your
guide.
right side. You don't have plaques. And you can't
Oh,
wait
hang
for
on.
Plax because you don't know
Hang
where
on.
Plax is, and Plax doesn't know where you're going.
Hang on. We just need to find somebody who's going to Bellwind and get them to send a message to Plax and have them to come out with the car and meet us on the road.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I think we need the first person that we see coming the other way towards Bellwind.
How far out of town are you going to go?
I think we walk. I mean, I think we keep going. I don't think we stop.
Yeah.
Personally, like the other two seem pretty sure that the guards won't follow us out of the gates, whereas I
I'm
think
pretty
they
sure
might.
the guards won't follow us out of the gate. But
I
I'm
feel
not
like-
saying like let's just camp outside and like make a tent.
Yes. But so we would probably pick a direction to go based on what we know. We know there are ways to cross the river, right? And we know that we can't cross here. So do we know this town's going further in the direction we were going, or do we have to now go back the way we came and then cross the river?
Sorry,
So-
if we're at a confluence, then it's like a Y, right?
Yes.
And we're at like the bottom of the Y.
Yes.
Where are we in that 3 pieces?
Right. I'm going to
A
bring
map
us...
would be amazing.
I'm
So,
going
yeah.
to give us a map. How about that? It's an unfinished map, though.
Based. I'm just happy to have a map because I've been having trouble visualizing this.
Yeah, well, I've been also trying not to share too much. I want to make sure that I'm not giving away whole world.
That's fair.
Since I do want you to be in a bit of a state of I don't really know. It's a new zone, new place. What's going on? Here we go. Perfect. Save as JPEG. And upload game. It is uploading.
Looks like Saffron gets an even bigger share of the loot.
Cool. So let's get this away from any key bars. So we started off the campaign down here in Abelar, and we've been following along the Great River through the Angoulême Desert. This is what do we call it?
The ridge.
Mesa. Yeah, that ridge, that mesa that
Yeah.
you've been seeing. You're now at Bellwind. The Badlands are this way. And this is the like north exit of town. I guess the west exit is probably a more proper term. But the Badlands are this way. And the Great River is huge, right? It's like miles across. This section of river here is also too big to cross, too big that anyone would feel comfortable, especially with your weapons and armor. Like, you can't swim it. If you were naked, you could try, or just in light clothing, you could probably try, but you wouldn't get your gear across, and then you'd be in the desert and Badlands with nothing.
Naked. Yep.
Yeah. So you can go upriver, or you can head back downriver, or whatever you can think of.
Can you trace our journey? So did we started on this side of the river?
Yeah, you landed here initially.
We landed here. We went down to Abelar. We crossed into Abelar. And then did we recross and head along this way?
No. You've just been heading on this side the whole time.
We're on the right. We're on the
Okay.
wrong side.
Yeah,
So
there was never a second.
We're on this side, and we need to get to here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Well, no, we could just cross this bit, maybe, and just go in this direction.
Right. From where you see just outside of town, this river looks too big to cross, but the further north you travel, the smaller it's going to get, right? The rivers get bigger usually as they get towards their exit, as they, accrue more water usually.
Yeah.
But there was
So
no
we
crossing in
entered through the
Bellwind.
south. and
No,
we're
there were no
leaving through
bridges. It's the river's too big near Bellwind to cross. You'd have to take a boat.
north. I'm just trying to orient myself because
Yeah.
So we entered through the south, and we're leaving through the north gate.
Yeah, well, I guess Westgate probably would have been made more sense, but the positioning on the river is such, the icons are hard to see, but it's on the northern
okay.
side, but it heads on the west.
Gotcha. Oh yeah. So it's it's on the northern side, but you don't actually cross the river. You go out. West
Right,
across.
the river does something like this, and Bellwind is right here, and so it's the northern gate, but the river goes west from there.
I say we just keep following the river until we hit a town. Then there will be a crossing or some ships that we can use to cross this river, and then cross the other one.
But we're heading way out of our direction.
Yeah, I mean,
Honestly,
but how far do you think it's gonna be? It
I
could
mean,
be
how long is a
forever,
piece
I
of
guess.
string?
Yeah,
It could be
Who knows?
forever.
Yeah.
Wait, can Roy not get us over the river with levitate? Maybe.
Roy has levitate and he has jump now.
I am out of spell slots.
So we need to find a town to rest.
You've got
Wait,
level
how are
2
you
spell
at-
slots, right?
Yeah, how are you out of spell slots?
Oh yeah, I have 3. Yeah, I can levitate. I don't have levitate prepared.
All right.
That's just a
It's
night's
not-
rest, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not, is it? Isn't it?
Well, you
A
can
long
prepare
rest then.
2 more spells than you could before because you've gained a level and you've gained 2 points of int.
An int.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. So
so you could have those 2 prepared actually. If you didn't, you took a long rest, you could have had 2 more prepared, whatever you wanted.
Can
But-
levitate even get us across the river, though?
I don't
No.
know what levitate does. Yeah.
It goes you up or down. It doesn't go side by side.
Yeah, but up or down
What
with
is
a
it?
nice...
What is
What
up
if
or
I'm-
down?
What
Wait,
if
with
I'm
a- with a
lying
big
down
push.
when he casts it on me? Do I go up towards my head or away from gravity?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. If you're what?
So what is up and down, right? So if he casts it on me and I'm lying down, do I go
Relation to
away
the
from
earth.
Gravity. Okay.
What if
Um,
we crafted little gliders? And I just
Fuck yeah. What if we attach fans on the back of them?
Oh yeah,
Genius.
true.
Okay. What about your jump spell?
It's not gonna
Yeah.
cast.
River's wide as fuck.
The jump spell is crazy though. It sounded like.
Triple jump length.
I think you can jump your strength score, I think.
Yeah, the river is miles. Well, the Great River's
Oh.
miles. This other one is not miles, but it is still too
Significant.
great
Got
to jump. Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking, 1,000 feet or
Okay.
so.
Can you answer this, Neil? Was our plan before all of this to get a boat from Bellwind when we were ready to leave and cross the
Yeah,
river?
you were just going to cross the river at Bellwind, or maybe see if you could take a boat up the river, which would have had to have some negotiations because it's a dangerous river journey. There's all these intelligent or sentient, what do you call them? Jellyfish in there, but there's also monsters in the Badlands. So you hadn't quite decided, but it was going to involve a boat at least a little bit.
We're kind of in a pretty tough spot.
Yeah, well, this is a great spot for us to take our break, and we'll come back on the other side with the last section of our session. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Lazarus expedition. We've got a slightly nicer version of the map here for us to look at. You can see the Three Sisters to the north. You can see those hills to the south. Somewhere over here is where you were fighting with Drakthar initially, way down here. And, yeah.
So, first question I have is, does anyone have the tent on their character sheet?
Let me look.
Nope.
Right. So,
Wait,
can
maybe
we
I did.
even rest out here?
We can rough
I
rest.
do have
but
a
no.
tent on my character sheet.
Great. Okay, so we've got the tent.
Right, but it's a two-person tent. So, two people can get some good rest. And someone have a bedroll, too?
Nope. I got a mess kit. Is that a
I
bedroll?
do not have a bedroll.
No,
Okay.
no.
Well, resting's going to be tough.
Did we have 2 tents before?
We had 2 tents.
Did we?
Actually, we had 3 because Plax was there. But they were all on carts. And then they were on the mule. And
I don't even think we really had time to gather intel about like what other towns are nearby or anything. So we've literally just know nothing.
well, in the
Um,
past, when you were in Ablar, you had heard that there's a city called Vodin somewhere up on this mesa. You're not sure exactly where it is. And in Vodin, you could buy scale mail. And somewhere up this river is a dwarven settlement, but you don't know. It could just be around the bend, or it could be 1,000 miles. But in the dwarven settlement, you could buy half plate and breastplates. And so there is a town up here somewhere, a dwarven town, at least, maybe more.
The breastplate is what you were saying that we could theoretically maybe get away with wearing.
Yeah, in the desert heat. Yeah, because that's just like on the breastplate, and you could, it has enough airflow, perhaps, maybe.
It wouldn't be the end of the world to go
They
there.
might have a easy bridge to cross.
Yeah.
Can we-
Also,
can we-
breastplate's good. I have a question.
What happened to
Oh,
the
sorry, go
plan
ahead.
of? What happened to the plan of sending someone into town and go on a quick
I
shopping
think-
trip for us?
I think we still need to get our stuff back.
Yeah, can we try to do that first?
Sure.
Yes.
Well, we need someone coming the other way, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
So, tell me, how far out of Bellwind do you want to go before you stop?
Well, my view is we walk all day, and we camp when it gets dark,
We want to be out of vision range of the walls, I think.
and we ask the first person that we see.
Great. Now, the first people you're going to see are actually on boats in the river. I don't know if that's going to change your plan.
Oh, well, that does change our plan,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
because they can get us across the river.
No.
But not the camels, or how big's this boat?
Let's see. This is a medium-sized vessel. I would say you could probably they could ferry the camels if they were to do 1 or 2 at a time. So
Yeah.
in theory, you could get all your stuff across. They are in the middle of the river. They're way up ahead. Their sails are down. They're going with the motion of the river, and they've got a couple of oars to help paddle their ways. The wind in this area actually blows this, and so boats tend to sail up the river with their actual sails, and then they kind of float down against the wind and paddle a little bit.
As the boat gets close, can I use thaumaturgy to shout out to them?
Sure.
I would, conferring the party first, does this seem like a good idea?
Yeah, it seems like a good idea.
Yeah,
Mention
you're
that
unlikely
we're
to
the-
trust us.
Mention where the waste are. They might have heard of us. In a good way.
I don't know. They're coming from a direction where we've not been, and they may find out bad things about us.
Oh, they're not
So-
coming from. They're not coming from down.
They're coming
up.
this way.
Yeah. I shout,
Yep.
"Ho there! We need passage across the river. We can pay good coin."
Loud for 1 minute. Give me a persuasion check.
Well, I mean, for a shitty persuasion, I don't know why it's persuasion, but 15.
We'll meet you in Bellwind!
No! It must be here. We can't enter the city.
Well, that's a good reason not to do business with you. They ignore you.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good
Okay.
reason that you can't be trusted if you are not allowed in the one civilized
soon-
place.
There was never going to be a way out of
Yeah.
You
What
could have
about the first people we meet now?
made up a story.
that. Like what though?
I don't know. Like we're fucking afraid of cities or some shit.
That could still be true. I just said we can't go to the city.
Oh.
Yep. Well, the party walks. Hours later, you got water at least. You still have some rations. I think you probably picked up a full complement of 7 rations in the village that you saved, and you spent 3 of them to get to Bellwind.
Okay.
So I think everyone's got 4 rations remaining, or 4 sets of rations remaining.
Yeah.
Go ahead and mark it. Unless anybody wouldn't carry their own food with them, is anyone here likely to store their food on a cart or a wagon or an animal?
No, I think Roy's got his rations on him.
Cool. I see that he's grown as an adventurer after leaving his
Yes.
stuff and getting his book destroyed on that cart. Maybe carrying some supplies himself has sunken in.
Yeah, he would have learned from that.
That makes sense. You can travel for the majority of the day until you see a group coming towards you. It's got 4 wagons. It has maybe 15 people, including a few armed guards. They're headed southward.
I would try to hail them, to talk to them, and
Yeah.
see if they're willing to talk at probably like at shouting distance, because people don't like to get close out here.
Yeah. Well, everyone's kind of going along the edge of the river where the ground is nice and hard packed, but it's also a little bit cool and there's easy access to water. So you're going to be pretty close to one another, and you hail them. The person up front will call the wagon to a stop and trot out to meet you with a little bit of a jog. They've just got some light clothes on. They've got a small shield strapped to their arm and a sword at their side. But they hurry up to you and give you like a bit of a bow and a flourish and kind of pop off their big broad-brimmed hat. Greetings, travelers. We are caravanning to Bellwind. How fares the town?
The town as well, from last I saw. Pray tell me, I haven't. I lost my my guide in the town. How far is it to the next town this direction? How many days travel?
5 days to Scalesvale.
Well, he only brought 4 days' rations. Say, you're only a day away from Bellwind. You wouldn't happen to have a few spares that we could purchase?
Certainly. We can easily accommodate that.
Brilliant. And I'll turn to... Whose idea was it to get plaques?
Mine.
I'll turn to Sturmir and say, Sturmir, I think you had a message you once sent to the town, didn't you? I don't introduce us as the Waystars, by the way.
I hear
Yes. Like you mentioned, we lost our guard back in the town, couldn't find him, and we needed to leave on short deadline. Unfortunately, he still got some of our supplies.
That's
Don't suppose that you could get a message to him. Tell him to meet us out on the road.
for a fee. We are caravans and merchants after all. Well,
Of course.
laborers of some kind.
We could
I
pay you
believe
10
on that,
gold pieces.
and on the cart there are some items we don't need, I believe.
Give us the message and we will find your man. For 10 gold, we will look for a day. I'm sure we'll find him somewhere in the city.
If I give you 15, can you give 5 to him?
To your man?
Yes.
I
For
give you my
expenses.
word.
I'll take 15 gold out of my pouch here, leaving me with 36 gold.
Actually, take
And I
out
say-
another 2 so that everyone can get another day of rations.
Yes. Remind me, Neil, what was the name of the inn?
The middle
Maid.
sister.
The middle sister. I say
That's referring to this volcano up here.
his name is Plax, and he should be staying in the middle sister inn. Tell him
course.
that we had to leave in a hurry, but if you could bring the cart and meet us on the road, we're heading along the river towards... What did you say the next town was?
Scalesvale.
Heading along the river to Scalesvale.
Well, if he's got a cart and you're a day ahead, I'm sure you'll just meet him there. But I will deliver the message. Who should I say is sending it?
Did Plax ever reveal like the name of his? Who owned Plax? What was his name? Can I remember that?
Yeah, we just ran into them. It was the Cataman family.
I'll kind of like cough. I'll kind of like whisper
Kadama?
into Skirmir's
Kadama.
Yeah.
ear. I'll say, I don't think we can tell the truth.
Give him the name Cataman.
Oh! You mean Kadama? Are you the Kadama family or representatives?
No. We are foreigners.
See.
It's just a small quirk of language.
I understand.
As Vasher attempts to lie and fails.
They give you rations. Well, he will, take your money and then wave the carts forward, and then the carts will move up to you. There's definitely some security system where they don't let you get too close until they feel like they can trust you. But once money's been exchanged and you all seem like you're on the up and up and you're really asking for favors, they'll exchange money and then head on to Bellwind.
One more thing.
One thing I would say to the party is, if we're going to wait a day for him, should we not get another day's rations so we can wait?
Well, really, we probably have to wait for 2 or 3 days. Since we've walked a day out of town, they might take a day to find him.
Yeah, can we just get 3 days rations for everybody? So that's an extra, what?
4 gold?
2 gold a
If they've got
day.
that.
So an extra 6 gold. Yes, they will sell that. They are that is one of the things that these people trade in. And it's a big caravan, lots of food. Never want to run out of food.
Okay, so how much rations have we got? Each
Should have
extra?
8 days worth of rations.
8 days extra.
Okay, 8 days.
Yes.
Okay.
Great. All right, I say to him, one last thing. The road to Scalesvale, is it dangerous?
Somewhat. We move in a large group in order to handle potential dangers.
Mainly bandits, is it?
Bandits, gators, the occasional manticore out of the Northlands. Basilisks are easily avoidable, but, it never hurts to have at least missile weapons to annoy them from a distance.
Thank you, friends. Appreciate that and your help.
Our pleasure.
Blessings upon you.
Same to you. And you guys can pass each other. Sounds like you're going to camp here and wait for Plax.
I think so, yeah.
Yes, but we're not just going to wait. We're also going to send, someone on a camel towards Bellwind to get into probably just visual range of Bellwind to see if they see him from a distance. We're not just going to, sit here and... We'll do scouting parties, basically, I think.
We're going to
You're the
split
best
the
person
party.
to do that. You're the best person to do that because you have mount proficiency.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Being an outrider, that's a thing I do.
Okay, so we make a little camp off the road.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. They will get to Bellwind the next day, late the next day. They will look for Plax.
And do you go off alone? Steerman or Vasher?
So I would ride...
There's no need yet, right? We know they're a day away at town.
Yeah, I would wait at least a day before I do a scout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, eventually, you camp this night, you wait a day. The next day, you ride back, and as you're heading back towards Bellwind, you can see a cart pulled by a mule with 4 camels following.
Yeah, okay. So I approach it.
It is indeed Plax with your stuff.
I am absolutely overjoyed to see Plax. I ride up to him with incredible enthusiasm. Plax, unbelievable, you got our message.
Oh,
Looks like you got away with it. What do you mean?
Well, the clerics came. They spoke with Dead on Drakthar. And the guards came and confiscated some of our stuff to pay for repairs to the inn.
Yeah, but we're alive. We're not arrested. A bit of stuff.
Oh, I was kicked out of town, and there's wanted posters up for your faces. You can't go back there. Neither can I.
Yeah, but they were going to turn us into slaves or kill us. Seems like a small price to pay, eh? Especially here. I know you're from Blup, but would you ever want to come to the Stormtide Kingdom? All right, what are we again?
Yep,
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
Okay. Doesn't seem like there's much here for you anyway.
Well, I gotta go
But,
home, see if my family's still there.
That's right. Family's important. But think about the offer if you ever change your mind. Let me give you a hand with those camels, and I'll hop off the horse and help him lead these animals away, lightening his load.
Mm-hmm.
And making my way towards our camp. And I would just engage him in pleasant conversation, just talking about, like, wasn't it great how we got away with that, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I came back to the inn and it was a mess, and it was awful, and there were guards, and it was a terrible sight. I didn't know what happened. I thought I was left alone, and I stayed there for a little bit, and then the innkeeper remembered that I was with you, and they kicked me out, and so I kind of just wandered around for a little bit. I was booking passage on a boat north. I spent the last of my money to try and do that, and when all of a sudden these people found me, and they said, you should hear the name they used, but I figured, well, there's no way that they know I'm here, so it must have been you guys, and, wish you just would have used your real name. Would have been nice if you just said Steermere or Basher was calling. Give me a heart attack.
We were a little bit, look, I'm not really much for the cloak and dagger, right? I don't know much about being sneaky, so I kind of left that to Steermere.
Well, anyway. He'll tell you that the things that they took to compensate the innkeeper and, the town for the problems were all the weapons that you had looted. The scimitars, the bows, the quivers, and the daggers. You still have your incense, your spices, 3 of your healing potions, because you gave one to Saffron. Your 8 blankets you still have, and your 2 brass tripods you still have.
Rich.
Still fine.
Brilliant.
Never had to give Saffron a cut either, so
Well,
all good.
that hasn't
Lads.
happened yet.
I believe they call that getting away scot-free.
They call it getting away with murder.
We got banned from one town. Who cares?
How we laughed. Plax, we do have an issue here, though. Any other way to cross this river?
Nope.
Not even
Not
in
until you get to
Scalesvale?
Rithrahim. Well,
How
yeah,
far
you
is
could get a
Rithrahim?
boat at Scalesvale.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just
I
got to
guess
go up the
that's our only option.
Schlagenglass River all the way to the top.
Is this the
what?
Schlagenglass River?
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was the Great River.
Can't we just go down the Great River and get a boat down here?
The Great River goes through the Badlands. It goes north from Bellwind. The Schlagenglass goes west from Bellwind.
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
there any
yeah.
other towns on the Great River that have boat services? Like, is
Hold on, he
Cassian right?
stops and points this way. This way, there's no more towns except you can get to, Bowden, off of that section. Up this way, you got to go 5 days to scale. Well, 4 days from here to Scalesvale, and then a few more to Rithrahim. Maybe another
Why do we have
5.
to go to Rithrahim?
Just those are the towns along the river.
Yeah, but
Which
we
one's
cross
the
at
dwarf town?
Scalesvale.
You can get a boat at Scalesvale and cross the river that way, but there's no bridge.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So we cross at Scalesvale on a boat,
Yeah.
and then, but then are we on the wrong side of the Grey River once we start heading north, or will that not be a problem?
I'm not sure. The rivers through the Badlands, I've only ever been through them once, and there's a lot of tributaries that feed in. You're gonna have to cross small creeks and rivers regardless of which side you're on.
That's fine. We just need to make a decision whether it's better to go to Scalesvale and cross there, or whether it's better to go back past Bellwind and try and find a crossing before the river splits.
The best way would be take a boat up the river, but that's hard. Not a lot of people want to do that. But yeah, I would, if you could, take a Scales. If you had to ask me, I would go down the river.
I am
cross
asking you,
here.
you're our guide.
I would cross here to the other side, the south side of the Great River, or the east side of the Great River.
How are we gonna do that?
Get a boat in Scalesvale, come all the way down. Bellwind can't reach you out in the water, and just cross.
All right. Team, sounds like a plan. Vasher?
I'm in.
All right.
No
Let's
complaints.
get back on the road, go and find some dwarves. Buy ourselves some breastplates while we're there.
Oh no, that's Rithraheem. The dwarves aren't in Scalesvale. That's all the way north. Are you interested
well.
in going all the way to Rithraheem?
You said it's another 5 days past Scalesvale?
Something like that.
I don't think we have the money for
Yeah, we
half plate
probably
anymore.
not.
Well,
Okay.
How much do you all have? I reach in my pocket and only copper.
About 40 gold.
I took a vow of personal poverty. I try not to carry money.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, Cassian, but it's kind of messing up my vibe if I've got more gold than you. So here you go. I hand you 20 gold.
Roy, how much gold do you have?
34.
Wow, you're the richest man in the party, Roy. How's it feel?
I'm used to it.
We're skilled adventurers. Surely they'll have work in that town. Someone. Something somewhere.
How much you reckon all this is worth? I point to the back of the cart. Roy?
Probably a couple hundred GP, probably.
What's that going to be worth? Like 1,200 gold, I reckon. Sounds about right.
Okay.
How much is a banana, really?
What about these? 50 gold each, you think? And I look at the healing potions. Maybe more?
Same. Priceless. Save a man's life.
And then... Okay.
Well, up the river we go. MrMouton,
What do you want?
I want a D20.
You want high or low?
Well, I don't really care.
I'm gonna give you a 6. Give you a 20.
Oh.
Right.
Maybe
You've
something good
journeyed
happens.
5 days with no encounters, no bandits,
Holy
no
shit.
monsters. You just walk along the river. You pass a couple of nice people who like offer you some drinks and like make pleasant conversation. You pass a musician who's walking by themselves but like has enough weapons that you think they might be like a spellcasting bard and sits and plays you a song for a long break and shares some finger sandwiches with you. And 5 days later, you arrive.
While we're on our
Scalesvale.
walk, I'll say, I think we need a new group name. I don't think we can be the Waystars anymore.
What's wrong with that?
That's a shame. It's such a good name as well.
Yeah, it's a great name, actually.
The Waystars
I
has
have-
us. Yeah.
I have become attached to it, but I think Cassian's right.
What about the storm tide?
What about the stallions? And I'll like slap Scamp.
I'll give a nod of approval. I actually like the Storm Tide. We could even just be the Storm.
No, it's got to be the
think that's
stallions.
a little. That's the storm doesn't sound very heroic. It sounds like something that guy back there would have come up with. I point back to the town.
No, we need something cool like Warhorse. You know?
Yeah, but
Or-
it should also be like heroic, right? Like
Yeah.
maybe
Ooh,
something
hero
like
horse.
a symbol that the people can rely on, something to look towards in the night sky that will guide you.
What is the astrological which astrology thing is the horse again?
Oh, I don't know.
It's not Tor. It's fuck. There's one I feel like there is.
There's
Pegasus.
a Chinese one.
Oh, we could be the Pegasi.
Well, I was more thinking, a little bit more general. And it's just you don't rebrand when you've already had success, okay? Let's not. We can't just change our names every time something goes wrong. Like, we need to defend the name of the Waystars here. Like, we can't just be like, oh, we're the Waystars, and then the first time something goes wrong, we're like, oh yeah, and then the name of the Waystars is forever soiled. No?
If we tell people we're the Waystars here, we might not get let back into towns.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't have to. We don't have to say that.
I hate to break it to you, Roy, but the
like-
common folk back home, maybe don't have the starry-eyed view of your name that you might think they do.
Well, what do you mean by that? The Waystars are respected in all the land.
I'm just saying, your dad's known as a bit of a wheeler dealer, wielding a bit too much power for a,
As a
you know.
what? What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, he's no
My
king.
father is beloved.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You sure?
I've never heard anyone say bad things about my
Well, they wouldn't
family.
say that to you, would
the
they?
ones who were executed.
What? That's okay. That's not. I feel like you guys are ganging up on me here. I don't see any.
Vasher interrupts. He like snaps his fingers and goes, "I've got it. We're the Starways."
The. You know what?
Always. No, I'm putting my foot down on that. Sorry.
What about the Bay Stars?
Base. No.
Well, as our party walks along the riverside, trying to figure out their name, I
We
want
talk
to.
about this for 5 days.
Yes, yes. I want to check in with each of our characters before we close out our session today. And we're going to start with Steermere this time.
Yes.
Steermere, I feel like you have grown a lot. When you started this campaign, you didn't trust these moneyed individuals who came from power. You were kind of looking down on them. There was a lot of chafing. But in the last, over the last couple of weeks, I feel like Steermere has really found a way to sort of blend with these people. You even just gave money to the paladin. You took the kid to church. What's going
Yeah.
on with Steermere? How is
Well,
he?
listen, okay, I know he was a little bit crotchety when this first started, but you got to remember, right? Steermere lived on that boat. The only people he had in his life, like all of his friends, were essentially the people that worked on that boat. And they're all dead or taken into slavery, depending on who survived, but they're probably all dead. And here we've got these sort of 3 uppity noble types who are acting like, oh, we must fulfill our quest and, holier than thou and all that, but no one said, oh, I'm sorry that all your friends are dead, sort of thing. So obviously he was just in a little bit of a bad mood going into it, but, he wouldn't like to admit it, but these are people too, despite their noble upbringing. In reality, when we're stripped away of all our privileges, we're all still just people trying to get through. And despite not swearing a life debt to Roy, I think, we probably all would be dead if it wasn't for each other. And I think it's undeniable that over time, shared struggle like that's going to lead to some amount of bonding.
Nice. Cassian.
Yep.
You've been a brave warrior. You've been on the front lines. And this session sort of challenged your battle courage in unusual ways. You had to stay your blade, not fight someone. You had to resort to stalking people and tapping on their door and annoying them. And then, even though you were hit by the fear spell, you also sort of did want to run away from that situation because you were put in an awkwardness where your battle courage wasn't a viable tool. How does that sit with Cassian when he there's a problem so direct that he can't actually fight properly?
It's really hard for him. This whole session's been hard for him because Cassian already let this guy go once, and now he sees that the entire law isn't going to work with him. However, you can't just attack when there's 30 people around. You can't just do things without your party's, acknowledgement or encouragement, etc. So he waited until it seemed like a better moment to at the bare minimum strike, but I think Cassian genuinely thought that guy was going to get away no matter what, unless he acted then and there. And him being on his pulpit and preaching enraged him.
Mm-hmm. And you did essentially all the damage to this guy. I think there was a little bit extra done by Steermere, but you did 60-something with your first 2 attacks, and then you threw an axe for 9. There's a lot of damage coming from you.
God's guided his hand.
All right. Roy. You were knocked unconscious immediately without being able to do anything. And now the Waystar name is
Sullied.
sort of sullied and tarnished. And yet, I still get the feeling that Roy is maybe happier now than he was at the beginning of the session, despite facing what, level 1 Roy would have thought were terrible losses, especially the loss of name. How has Roy changed between the beginning of the session and this last fight in Bellwind?
So Roy is very torn this entire session, because on the one hand, he was reveling in the attention and the praise he was getting from the people of this town. And he was truly feeling like he was becoming a hero. But in the back of his mind was, especially this was shown to him when he ran into Drekthar, was the traumatic things he had gone through so far to get this fame and get to this point, and the horrors that he had faced. And I think the party's Vasher and Cassian's determination to do what's right here kind of swayed him to stick with the party rather than to keep reveling in that. And I think he's slowly learning what it means to become a hero. I don't know. He's still pretty pissed that he doesn't get to hang out with his fans right now, and he still would like his name to be redeemed. It's important to him, but when he was faced with Drekthar and when he was recounting what the horrors that he saw there, the number one thing on his mind was to do what's right and to make sure that something like that couldn't happen again.
And last but not least, we have Vasher.
Definitely least.
Yeah. You wanted justice, and then you were going to delay justice, and then you couldn't delay the justice any longer. And that all happened in the span of 10 hours. Does Vasher have impulse control problems?
Well, I think you will recall that it wasn't Vasher that killed Drekthar. That was Cassian. He snapped, and he was the one who walked in there and absolutely cleaved her down. I was just going along with it. I was happy to figure out another plan, but if we had to kill her then and there, I'm in. But honestly, Vasher, this whole time in this godforsaken land, has felt like his, here's how I'll describe it. Imagine you were an evil character in a land of good. And everywhere you go, you can't steal, you can't kill people, you can't be doing all the nasty evil stuff you want to do. Wouldn't you feel contained? Wouldn't you feel constrained? You'd feel terrible. You're like, I can't be who I am. And today, he feels like he spat in the eye of this entire continent. That's how he feels. He feels like he is, for the first time since he got here, that he was actually unrestrained in his action, and that he was able to live his oaths of justice and upholding the law of the Stormtide Kingdom. He doesn't give a shit that he's in this land, but the whole time, having to overlook slavery and the banditry in the Badlands, all the shit, that has felt like he has been wearing a straitjacket. So actually just killing Drekthar, when he struck that blow, that felt good. As the blade went in, he was like, this isn't justice, but it's vengeance justice, Velthara, he probably felt the hand of Velthara just yeah, that's you. Good job, kid, as that just sank in and pierced her heart. So that's how he's feeling. Now, obviously, he's a little bit annoyed that it does kind of make the overall quest a little bit more complicated, but he's a very principled guy. He is willing to accept responsibility for his actions or inaction. If living his values and his ideals and the beliefs that he has, if that means that he will fail his quest, then he'll fail his quest. He it's the classic thing, journey before destination. It's not about getting to a place, it's about how you got there.
So it's more important to behave well on your quest than to succeed in your quest. If you fail to resurrect good King Arnold, but you get to put down some evildoers in the process, you've lived a good life still.
Yeah, for sure. Like, the quest is important, but it's not like, here's the thing. Let's imagine that I personally brought the Scroll of Resurrection to King Arnold's body, read it, and resurrected him himself. And the very first thing he learned is all the horrendous shit I had to do to get that scroll to him. He would immediately execute me. Do you know what I mean? He would rather, I think, if I could speak with dead, he would rather be dead than be brought back under such.
He's good
he's
King
a principled
Arnold,
guy.
right? He's
Exactly.
not do evil to let me live, King Arnold.
Grey area Arnold.
Yeah,
Great
exactly.
area, Arnold. That's really good. Well, that is going to wrap us up for our session today. Unless you had something else.
No, I was gonna say that's what I gotta say. So we're good.
Right. Well, we're going to go do our post-game show for our Goblin tiers.
Goblin tier.
For our top lads.
Not the
Patreon.
Kobold tier, but the Goblin tier. The $5.
Yay.
You're
Kobolds,
little
not
cute
welcome.
goblins. That's what you are. You're a little cute, little fucking ugly, green, snotty goblins. That's right.
If you want Pokemon challenges to insult you and demean you in private, you can get that at the top tier. One-on-one, he'll commit to a 20-minute just
That's right.
fucking awful piece of shit. Look at the fucking state of you.
That's right.
20 minutes.
All right. Well, we're out. Catch you next time.
See you guys.
Bye bye.